Another day, another dollar. Monday evening, it is Outlaw Radio. Welcome to the show. My name is Kevin Barnes. I'm the host of Outlaw Radio. Normally we're on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time until whenever we choose to cut the machine off. Um, it's Outlaw Radio. What is it? It's a show about what? It's about who? It's about black people. It's about issues that affect black people, about issues that are important to black people. This should resonate with you if you are black, but which we now know also the definition of black has been expanded a little bit. So, now we know that there's levels to this shit. And that's the kind of stuff we talk about on Outlaw Radio. So, put the women and children in the bed, man. Get pull you up some, roll you up some, do whatever it is that you do to relax and just kick it with us, man. Let's have a conversation. A hard conversation, no diddy, but a conversation nonetheless. I do have my co-host with me, Mr. Carter. What's going on with you?
Peace, peace. I'm good, man. I'm good. How y'all doing? Welcome to Outlaw Radio, where we talk that talk and we definitely walk that walk. Raising vibrations and elevating thought. Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture, teacher, hood, healer, the ghetto witch doctor. And let me clear my throat. Hey, mama, there go the CMOS, man! Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you.
All right, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I was solo dolo last Wednesday, and a shout out to everybody who rock with me. I don't know. Has anybody heard from Rail? I talked to him about some other stuff, but want to make sure the brother's okay. I know he'd be busy.
I hadn't talked to him.
Okay.
He probably tapped in.
So you never know. I know the juice ladies in school and all this kind of stuff. So, but nah, man, it's like I was telling the people before. It's Outlaw Radio, man, and I've encountered a lot of people who just say, "Well, you do a podcast about what?" Right? Like everybody, that's the first thing people ask you. Like, what is your podcast about? And so I've last week we had this conversation about the truth being controversial. Like if somebody in our community really speaks to our reality, it's considered controversial. Like it's a weird thing. And in every other group, in every other culture, those who speak the truth are treated like heroes, right? Like so white people with right-wing radio, those dudes go hard in the paint on whatever, about whatever. And they get support. They don't get ostracized. But on our side, if you're talking just a little too loud, making too much noise, you get put on the island, right? So, but it's just one of those things that for me, that's what's most important. I mean, I can appreciate being entertained. I like a little ratchetness every now and then, but I like information, and I hope other people do too. And so on this show, it's not really about us just giving all the information. We receive a lot of information. When people call that number, 262-202-5131, they sometimes correct us on our facts. Sometimes they give us, people come on here all the time and say, Kev, what you think about this, that, and the third? And sometimes I don't know about it. So I'm like, I ain't up on that. Put me up on it. So it's just a sharing thing. It's an information dump, if you will. So welcome to the show. Man, how was your week? How was your weekend? What's going on with you?
My weekend was excuse me, my weekend was good.
Okay.
Last week I wasn't here. It was Tyce's birthday. So, you know what I mean? I wasn't here. We hung out together. I had to do did the thing with her. We went down to the not the public market, but the night market. We went and hung out down there, me, her, a couple of her sisters, the kids, so we all went down there and hung out. You know what I mean? They had some drinks, I had drunk water. But we had a good time all at the same time.
There you go. And happy birthday to her. And I figured it was like it's her birthday, so that's why he ain't here. But I didn't know for sure. But happy birthday to her, most definitely. Ticey, happy birthday. Rail is tapping in. I guess I spoke him up. What up with you, real? How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How y'all doing, man?
We are lovely.
That's good. I was on vacation last week, so I got some rest.
I knew you was gonna come through, Fred. I knew you was gonna come through.
Oh yeah. I know we ain't do a show Monday.
I knew you was coming through tonight, though.
Yeah, and then Wednesday was my lady birthday as well. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, but that's the reason I took off vacation all week. It was for her birthday last week, Wednesday.
Yeah. Happy birthday to both of y'all. My wife's birthday was actually her birthday was on August 12th.
Oh man, so we all got some Leos up
here. Right. Is that what it is? I don't even know. I'm not up on my zodiac. Okay, is that what it is? I didn't know. But yeah, man. My son is, like I said, I dropped my son off a couple weeks ago at school, and so it's just been for me just monitoring him. But I did get out. I did get to do some RC, and bro, I got to take you. I'm gonna have to. I got to. Sunday we got to hook up because you'll see some stuff like you think my setups is crazy, right? Like
yeah.
You'll be like, what? Seriously? So we got to do that. But it was dope. Shout out to Big Reg. I rock with Big Reg. He was laughing at me because he's just over engineered. Everything he has is just like over engineered. Like, why do you have that in that? Right? Like, and he's looking at me like rookie, right? I'm like, I've been doing this shit 15 years. Like, what? He's extreme. He like the dudes you see on YouTube, 125 mile per hour runs and shit like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So shout out to him. Chat room popping early. Mama Jenkins said, good evening, Outlaw family. It's just good to be here. She said, let's make it do what it do. Chicago is rocking DNC. A lot of our people on the set. I feel some kind of way about it. Because we're the party poopers, I feel some kind of way. We're going to talk about that. Mama Jenkins said next week, the 28th, is her birthday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Happy birthday, Mama Jenkins, already. November's right around the corner. That's when they got to holler at your mans. So, this birthday season. My daughter's is in December. Right? My brother's is in October. My pops was in October. So, yeah, busy time of the year.
Right.
Dion in the chat room, he said, hello, my motherfucking Outlaw family. How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
Peace.
Yes. The gang's all here. Yeah, and with the Democratic National Convention. And so like this is, and especially if you listen to the show last week, it was called Politics as Usual. Shout out to Ewok, shout out to Dion, shout out to everybody who's just here with me on the jack. And it really can get kind of heated, right? Like feelings about this political thing. And I keep saying, I've seen a face of black people, a side of black people that I hadn't seen before with this race. In regards to Kamala Harris and how people feel and their reasoning behind it. And the fact that people won't let you go. Like they won't let you just walk on by if you say, oh, well, I ain't got nothing against her. You can tell them, no, I don't care. This ain't got nothing to do with you. I don't have a problem with her. They will follow you and chirp at you about it. Like people feel certain kind of way. So with the Democratic National Convention, of course, this is when we are expecting this sister to get this nomination. And y'all got to forgive me because I'm going to call her a sister. Right? I'm going to call her a sister. It is what it is. And so she's expected to get this nomination. First of all, let me say we here on Outlaw Radio stated when her involvement was initiated that she would reinvigorate this whole race, the whole party, because it's going to hell in a handbasket with your man Sleepy Joe, right? And then it really got to be noticeable. So, but then when they announced her candidacy, I just seen us turn on us immediately. I don't know if y'all ever been in a club or a bar fight, but it's like everybody's packed in this joint or whatever. And all of a sudden one event kicks off and everybody go to fighting. That is what this election is like to me. That's what it's like to me because I'm seeing us just really going hard in the paint on each other. But with the Democratic National Convention, I seen in the Journal Sentinel today that they were saying Mayor Johnson and DC Crowley, their profiles nationally on the political scene have risen tremendously. And so, they're going to be there because they're Democrats. And so, Mayor Johnson has the pub for having the RNC here, being the hosting city. And now he's going to Chicago. But I'm looking at this like, what are we giving them all this credit for? Because initially, their claim to fame was the fiscal cliff that they rescued the city of Milwaukee from. It's over. We're going broke. We ain't got no bread. So there's a tax increase, amongst other things. Money asked for stadiums and whatnot, all kinds of different things around the city. Property taxes elevated tremendously on homeowners in our community, especially. And so then we find out that there's a $19 million budget deficit in the county. So what are they celebrated for again? If we talking about safety and crime, please don't give me that generic. Well, actually, it's down this year compared to the last 7, but still more hyperactive than it was pre-pandemic. And that's what you are. It's like Trump saying, I put unemployment at the lowest it ever was in the history of man, and it went down like 0.2%. It's like, what? Thanks, Donald. So yeah, I'm feeling a certain kind of way, and I'm not trying to knock these brothers down. Get your shine. But I don't know that they're doing a great job. Now, I shout out to DC. He's with the affordable housing things. He's worked on.
Hey, maybe they want them to come down there to shit on a Republican convention or what happened up here. Talk about the shambles of that. You don't think?
I don't think they will, because these conventions are are basically a big ass line tour party. I don't know, people toe the line, right? Like party line, like they carry the flag. This is all. Everybody there is a super Democrat. Oh, I just love Democrat. Blue till I die. And they are, so it's their celebration. So I don't know if they would talk about the failure of it, because that's another strike against Mayor Johnson, in which he sold the city on the idea that there would be $250 million of tax revenue generated. And me not think we got close to that number. when I hear the black business people in Milwaukee say convention my ass, I ain't sold not one more leaf of CMOS. So I think that was a sham too. So once again, what is he hanging his hat on? What is he? What do you? And financially, the budget, we'll see when it's time for Milwaukee's budget to come up. Bet not be no deficit, right? And I still say they're going out to this convention and it's, yeah, we good, we're great, we're the black superheroes, but somebody call in and tell me where they're gonna get the $19 million from. One thing I can say is that any kind of economic development has not happened in the city under Mayor Johnson, right? It hasn't happened. I can say the city is not safer. I can say the traffic incidents haven't stopped. The police chief wants out. The city is fucking rambunctiously out of control right now. So, rah, go Democrats. See, this is why I'm not a member of each party. Because when they on bullshit, we call them on the bullshit. Democrats are just as full of shit as Republicans, and Republicans are just as full of shit as Democrats. I want you to be able to hear that statement when I say that. So, yeah, I don't know if I don't think I need to watch Kamala's speech or nothing like that. But I would be interested, maybe some of the theatrics around it, because is Meg coming? Is Megan Thee Stallion coming this time, or is it? What we gonna do? We gonna bring Sexy Red or Booty Hole Brown?
That would be a horrible loss.
I would love to see that shit. Wouldn't that be the bomb if Sexy Red came out the back?
I would love to see it, but it would be a big L. It would be a horrible L. I would love to see it just for the laughs.
Yes.
And all the memes and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And have Kamala get down and twerk with her. Right? Then I'd vote for her. That would make me want to vote for her more.
Wow.
I'd be like, I'm with this shit. I'm with this shit right here.
Popping pussy to the polls.
Right.
Pussy to the polls.
There we go. Red light district. Let me see who's in the chat room. Shout out to Jesse Parrish. He said, "Peace, outlaws from the Mile High Income and Illegal Migrant Flooded City." Frontline Black News. Shout out to you and Shabaka. He said, "Shout out to Rail and welcome back to Rail and Kamar. Missed y'all."
Peace.
Dion said, "The mayor in DC ain't worth a dead deer's ass on the side." Yeah. He said they ain't worth a dead deer's ass on the side of the road. Whoa, why don't you tell us how you really feel? That's worthless, right? Said DNC 2024 Day Remembrance of 1968 right now, watching it now as well. These niggas, Dion said these niggas done ran the city into the ground. Said the mayor had no policy, he inherited a position. Dion, that's a very interesting point of view. Very interesting. So they're trying to get a spot in the Harris administration. Oh yes. You better believe it. Well, at that convention, it's jobs to be earned. Yes, sir. You get up there, you got to be.
It's like preseason. It's like preseason in the NFL.
It's the combine. It's the combine, right?
Run, nigga, run.
Motherfuckers is auditioning. Shit, they got their speeches ready. And I believe in the American dream. And come on, man, it's going down. We call this a horse shit sale. That's what it really is. Yeah, man. This is they trying to get a spot because, and ultimately most politicians have aspirations anyways to move. That's why it's for them. It's like, no, I'm a professional politician. Like, this is what I do. So yeah, you might be mayor now, but your groomers are preparing you for something else. Do this, do that, and in 5 years we're shooting for Madison, shit like that. And here you go. You know what? I can't totally blame either one of them for the current state of Milwaukee, but I look at them sideways in terms of solutions that are being put into place. I just don't see solutions. I just don't. I mean, because the things that we should be focused on, we're not focusing on. Job. I would go to a press conference, and every time the mayor asks a question, I say, jobs. Jobs.
This question. Jobs.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. For real. Bro, what are you doing? What you doing? Well, where the streets are safer in jobs. It's like we'll get to jobs, nigga, jobs. I'm just saying. I see every other when I'm driving out, especially when I get on the expressway. I'm seeing other areas, small subdivisions. I'm seeing are surrounding the counties around us, and we know the wild counties that surround us, and they got really a really high standard median income, one of the highest in the country. But I see new factories. I see all kinds of businesses, and when I'm driving, the closer I get to the city, I see less of that. Unless I'm in the Menominee River Valley, or in the Menominee Valley, or in or close to downtown where the corporate headquarters are going up at. What are you doing to bring large manufacturers here? Is what I'm saying. What are you doing? If you have a plan, let us know. Let us know. I'm just not seeing it. To me, you're letting poor people become poor, and you are initiating gentrification. I've said this a million times. You're making this city so that the people who live in the city can't afford to live in the city anymore. And it ain't no coincidence that public housing is fucked off, the public schools is fucked off, the police force is fucked off, right? All these things are not functioning correctly. And it's mishap after mishap after mishap after mishap. But you're going to Chicago because you're a rising star in the Democratic Party. Congratulations to you, man. People say, Ken, don't be hating on them brothers. It's not personal. It's business. I mean, I live in this city, right? I have raised my children here. Thank God that they've been able to transition on to some other places. But this is still my home. And so if you're doing something good, I'll be the first one to say, hey, man, dude's handling his business. That's what's up. That's what I want. I don't want to be disgruntled. I don't want to be the person sitting around like, this is some bullshit all the time. But that's who I am most of the time. When I'm reading the paper or I'm watching it, I'm like, that's some bullshit. Like, how many of y'all actually do that? Sometimes when you're watching the news or something, you be like, man, that's some bullshit.
All the time.
And you smile, and there's people who are just like sheep. They're like, oh, he's black. He's not. He's a nice guy. I'm like, are y'all looking at this man's policies or lack thereof? Right? When something good is done, I big up it. Once again, I said with DC, with some of the affordable housing, I wasn't particularly keen on, let's create open housing in Wauwatosa. Affordable housing, I should say, not open housing, affordable housing. Maybe we should create some more affordable housing here in Milwaukee. The rent is sky fucking high. And the market is horrible. It's a terrible time to buy a home. Right? So you increase the cost, but the profits our personal profits haven't been increased. So it costs more to play, but you ain't getting no more money. Your check getting smaller. That's what inflation does. It makes your check get smaller. So what's happening? What you doing? Did I see today that the police union endorsed Trump? Is this real? Miss Beverly put that up. Please tell me they didn't endorse Trump. I guess their union did. Who the fuck is in this union? Who's the leader of this shit? I mean, yeah, wow. Once again, I say it unequivocally. I am more anti-Trump than I am pro-Kamala. I don't love her. She's not the savior.
The way you said that, I thought you were going to say, we don't love them hoes. Like, I just use her to do my bidding.
I pinched my pen on a coat in a night.
Just didn't drip, smear, run, and I run it right. Listen, I basically, I guess that's what I look at her as. I'm just using her politically to get rid of Trump. I want him gone. People say, Kevin, that sounds personal. In this case with Trump, for me, it is personal. I never met him. But all he got to do is open his mouth and start talking. I'm like, man, is this motherfucker serious? Like, so, and people keep saying policy. What policy in particular? Like, what do we talk about here? Shout out to him for giving Marcus Garvey a posthumous pardon. Shout out to him for that, because we all know Marcus Garvey was railroaded. But yeah, I mean, what policy? I did a little research today. We'll talk about that in a second. John Fletcher, I see you. He said, what up, family? Let's go. What up, Fletch? Y'all hit up Fletch, man. EPU Personal Defense, man. EPUSDS.com. You see it on the screen. Get in where you fit in, learn how to throw them things, as they say. But politically, it's just like, but I said this last week too. And I hate to keep referencing the show. I'm not trying to make y'all be like, damn, he gonna rub it in. We wasn't here. All right, Kev, get over it. I said this last week. What this does represent is an important point in time, because I feel like from now on out, maybe, just perhaps, Black people are aware of why we need to invest in some sort of political identity or affiliation. If it's ours, whoever it is, whatever party, let's get on code. But don't do it overnight. Don't do it. Don't do it overnight. Like, don't make your mind up tonight and then tell us tomorrow. Let's put together a plan. Somebody get Cube on the phone. Let's see what we can come up with. Dre Day, how you doing, my brother? He said Outlaws. What's going on with you, my brother? What's going on with you, Dre? Ewok said, I've been here, bro. Just was on the phone. Shout out to Ewok. Ewok was on with us last week. We had a great time. But I was saying, I feel like, because, okay, so I looked at Cornel West, right? And I because what I was looking for was initially I was told that he was pro-vaccine, and I think he is, because I looked at, so he was having a debate with someone, and he stated that, and I'm not making this up, he stated that due to the history and the precedents that's been set for our relationship with the medical industry in terms of, Black people, historically, we're very skeptical. We don't trust them, and we have a right to be, because of some of the things that the medical industry has done, experiments, misdiagnosis, all this kind of stuff. But he said that the people had to be convinced, and they had to really, the medical industry had to reestablish their relationship with us to let us know that this vaccine was inherently good. As soon as he said that, I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so. If he's pro, now his vice president, Amila Abdullah or something like that, she's anti-vax. And if you're out there and you say, Kev, that don't bother me, I'm with the vaccine, that's okay. So that's not the issue for you. But he has a large platform. I went to the website. He has a lot of it sounds very, very utopian-ish. It's love. It's all about love. It's the love warriors. And he's not in the Green Party anymore. He's with the People's Party or something like that. Y'all hit me with the particulars. But he does have he speaks to a lot of issues. Like, okay, this is where we need to do that. But let's be honest, because there are some states who I believe have already had him held off the ballot. And there's some states that are still fighting to keep him off the ballot.
Oh, well, shit. Well, that X him out right there already.
Now, you could write him in, though, people will say. You could still write him in, but his name may not be, and it's not, I don't think it's a done data yet, but I know that, I thought Michigan or somebody, I think Michigan's fighting it now. And it's really the Democrats who are saying, like, he shouldn't be allowed to be on the bill.
They trying to get everybody off. I read they get in some state, they trying to get Robert Kennedy off. And then in another state, they trying to get some woman who I guess is a socialist off. But they like trying to use legal matters to get these people, to eliminate the competition.
Yeah, because their concern was that Cornel West would divert voters away from basically them, right? And their candidates.
Right.
I would say this, though. Cornel West he's not a popular guy in the first place. Like, even amongst a lot of Black people. Because all of the Obama lovers do not like him. Because if y'all remember, him and Tavis Smiley jumped off the Obama bus quick. Like, they was at first, he's a beautiful brother, and yeah, the brother. Mm-hmm. Then it was like, man, fuck dude. It's like, what happened? Like, they got to gambling one night, somebody lost their money and shit. And so a lot of Black people felt a certain kind of way about that. But then there's people who say he's an elitist because he's an Ivy League professor, and but he speaks. He's known for his oratory skills. No Diddy. Just in case some people don't know what oratory mean, they be like, Kev, how you know? You know how he is. Black people. How you know, Kev?
Well, I know what oral mean.
Damn, Kev, you gonna tell all the man business? But no, he's a good speaker. I used to actually dig Cornel West, like his speeches and stuff. For me, it gets to a point where it becomes kind of fringe. Like, I don't. Just inform me. When if at any moment, if I feel like you're trying to manipulate me or guide me or dictate to me, I'm jumping off the ship. You got information to supply, let's do it. But other than that, who's this? Ephraim Israel. How you doing, my brother? How you doing? He's a I like his logo. It's a straight pride. It's dope. There's a T-shirt involved in that.
That's a good brother of mine. He moved his family from Milwaukee, right, away from all this wild shit. They bought some land down south, and they moved to that land. They living on the land, dog.
That's what's up. We need to get him on the show.
That's what's happening.
Dog be holding it back on the friends.
My friend.
Right. Well, I met him first. Oh man, brother, you welcome to man. Hit us up, man. That's got to be a hell of an experience. I digs. Right. Jesse says the People's Freedom Party. There you go. And the Unity Party, and only Michigan has successfully. Okay, it was Michigan. Democrats preach democracy, but do not actually practice it. Which party does? I wish I don't know if I don't I'm a pretty articulate person, but I don't know enough ways to articulate that to me they're both the same. They're both the same. I see people try to draw parallels, Democrat, Republican, Democrat. It's the same animal. It's just a different method of usage, like a mule and a horse. That's the same animal, but it's just different usages, right? Like it's used and utilized in a different way. Like a horse is, I'll give you a ride, but a mule would be like, load all your shit on my back. I'll haul it for you. Both very useful. Sometimes you get a horse and tie the mule behind it. See what I'm saying? That's called moving. Or it used to be called moving. But yeah, so it's the same to me. And I that's why I tell people, do as much as information gathering. I'm gonna stop saying research, because research is very, very in depth and it's very complicated, and you have to really go and look at a lot of different information. I'm saying, increase your knowledge, increase your awareness. And so that's why I looked up his whole party, as his whole platform, just because I'm like, okay. But the reality of it is, I don't think he has a chance to win. And I feel like I'm kind of wasting my time if I vote for somebody who I know is not even going to be competitive, right? Like to me, that's a way. I'm going to go stand and drive to the thing and go through all this, stand in line, go and vote. And then this motherfucker he got 600 votes. In the like, damn, I should have voted for Morris Day. Right? Like it's the equivalent of that. So yeah, that's why. And like I said, when we say there's only 2 left, because that's been a very hot topic, a hot sentence, a hot saying for Black people. They don't like when you say that. It's only 2 people. Oh, that's bullshit. Cornel West, Ricky Johnson, and was a whole lady. It's about 5. Anderson Kennedy too in the race. Like they get mad. But when we say there's just 2. In all likelihood, if we look at probabilities, right? Like y'all dudes who do Vegas, when you gamble, you say, what's the probability of this team winning? Based on their personnel, it's very low. Not betting on them. Unless it's what they call it when you bet on the underdog. I'm a bet on the underdog. And I don't know what they call that. And I don't gamble. So, yeah.
On the underdog.
Is that what it's just called? I thought it was something.
No.
I hear people who
saying you ain't wrong.
Okay, people say, "What's the over? What's the under?" I'll be like, "I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I'm not a gambler. I don't know. Shoot me." He said precisely. This is Shay. He said precisely, Kev. Both major parties are bad and mean us no good. He said no investigation, no right to speak. Chairman Mao. I never could say that right. What is it, real? Is it Mao or Mao?
I think it's Mao. Ain't it?
Okay, Chairman Mao. I know what you're talking about. I never could say the name, though. Chairman Mayonnaise. Chairman Mayo. But no, listen. For me, this is what I base my decision on. Comfortability. I don't feel comfortable with Trump on TV, on the radio. I don't feel comfortable with Trump being the president. I might have to endure it because he yet still might win. I would prefer not to have to deal with it. I think we just need to get rid of this whole era. Just pack all this up in the box and just say in Bad Boys, throw the key away and throw it in the ocean. And let's move on from Trump and MAGA and all these crazy white people. And they are crazy. Listen to them. Just take 2 seconds out your day and listen to a lot of his most staunch supporters talk. And what I say, man, it's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. You already know it. Let me see. He says, at the end of the day, the Electoral College decides the president, not the popular vote. Nobody wants to discuss that. They want to argue over personality and lack of policy. I know it has a lot to do with it, but I don't think it's the determining factor. It's it's a complicated kind of set of bells and whistles. But for the most part, like we say, it's only been a couple times where the popular vote didn't pick the president. It's happened. But more often than not, the popular vote is going to win. Now, if we want to just say, but it's happened before, Kev, fine. Before we even go any further, for anybody get their panties in a bunch, that's fine. That's fine. I understand it. Dion was popping.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you guys doing today?
Peace.
Okay, all right. I see the guys back, man. What the fuck, man? Me and Kev held it down last week, though, boy. Y'all have been proud of us, boy. We held this motherfucker down. You hear me? But yeah, man. I hear you talking about Cornel West, man. I don't know if people understand Cornel West is a scholar. He's not a politician. That's what, like, earlier I was talking about Donald Trump. Like, it's so confusing. Like, say if you're going to get brain surgery. You don't want no orthopedic doctor operating on your money. You want a neurologist. Trump is not a fucking politician. Like, he done hijacked the whole Republican movement. He got the Republic. I don't even know. It's like crazy though, man. Like, I be tripping off of that shit though. You know, I just be, and like I was telling you, you know, I was sitting back listening to something the other day and how we was chopping it up last week. And you know, I noticed that the media villainized us. You know, they had a scope on us. Made it seem like we just in poverty. We just lit. They didn't take their scope over there and look at the white folks and look at their poverty-stricken, crime-ridden little counties and shit that I was talking to you about last week. You know, and we as black people, I don't know, man, we might have Stockholm syndrome. I don't know why we so against the lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, what it is about her, like, and I'm like, you, Kev, I ain't no fan of her. I don't give a fuck about her. I don't know her or Trump personally, but I know what Trump is ignorant. And I was listening to him the other day. Somebody played a skit where he was like, black folks, what do you have to lose? And then he just was like rattling on all type of negative shit about the black community. Like, my thing is this, man, shut the fuck up. You don't know nothing about the black community, for one. You don't. You got motherfuckers around you that don't know nothing about the black community. Half of these white racist ass motherfuckers don't know nothing about the black community. They only know what they see. They don't have no black friends. They ain't never been to the black community. Then the media don't play no part. Because let you tell it, every time you turn around, there's always some violence. You know, they always jumping on Chicago. But what killed me, though, is them Republican ran ass states, Texas and Tennessee and Mississippi, Alabama. You know, them governors might have some Democratic governors that run the city, but the mayors is the motherfucker that run the state, and they take the resources away from the.
You mean the governor runs the state.
The governors,
mayor,
the governors.
The mayor runs the city.
The mayors run the city, and the governors run the state. And them motherfuckers ain't no better. I can't remember that motherfucker from Mississippi, but he turned down federal money for free lunch and breakfast for the people. And I said, do this motherfucker really think that this is just affecting black people? Boy, you got them poor white trash ass Mississippians, and them white people don't look white. They look red and nasty. They look like the red man chewing tobacco. The Native American that was on the red man chewing tobacco, that's how they look. They all red and nasty looking and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, you know, but I don't know, man. You got all these brothers out here and a lot of black people that's really, I don't know if they going against the grain because they feel like, and you know, like last week when we was talking, there's so many other people that wasn't African Americans, you know, like they not Native African Americans, but they show right. They're like Marcus Garvey. He was a fucking Jamaican. I think he was Jamaican. He's not an African American. But people, they Garvey night, you know what I'm saying? And like we was talking about Stokely Carmichael and, you know, what's the other motherfucking name? General Colin Powell and what's the other one? Eric, he was the Attorney General in Barack Obama.
Holder.
Yeah, Eric Holder. Ain't none of them foundational black Americans like us, but I don't know, bro. They just personally got something against. I don't know. Maybe they just think it's a woman or something. Like, have something against her once we just, let's put, like you said, We just want Donald Trump to behind us. We want him to go in a hole somewhere, crawl up, and just die. Fuck it. Let him be history. And then, let a Rick Santos or a Ted Cruz. And, that's crazy, but that's one thing I say about them white motherfuckers, though, boy. Donald Trump has sold it all up. He called Ted Cruz's wife ugly, said Nikki Haley wasn't American, she an Indian. He has sold it every last one of them. But every last one of them either holding his nut or got it in their mouth. They ain't switch code on him. The niggas, shit, Colin say she's right. That bitch, she locked up every motherfucker. Shit, Donald Trump said that he wants the Central Park fine to get the death penalty, and it turned out they was innocent. What is Donald Trump's background? You know what I'm saying? Like, educationally, what is his background? Did he go to college? Did he go to
he's rich. He's rich. It don't matter.
Exactly. Right. And that's the killing part about it. Like I said, if Kamala, whatever her name is, Kamala was a real African-American sister, like if she was like Jasmine Crockett, she would shred his ass to pieces because you're uneducated, you're misinformed, you're not able to run the United States of America. You can't even tell us branch work. You have no knowledge of it. You don't know what the checks and balances is. You don't even know how the United States became a country, as far as the Federation. You understand what I'm saying? How did it come about?
Now,
you don't know nothing of it.
We got Juice Lady with us. I want to welcome her to the show.
Whoa.
She ain't been with us in a minute. Juice Lady, what's popping?
He was going to start hating. I don't even know why you looked at him for that. You know he get the hating. Hey, everyone. I made it. I got it.
Hi.
Let me get my chat room. He said this is Shay. He says, when is the last time the popular vote won? It was only one time in the last, I don't know how long, that the popular vote didn't win. What you talking about? What is he talking about? Who is it? Bush actually lost the popular vote. And that was the only time. Every other time that I can remember since I've been here. I don't know. Maybe you know something I don't know. Big Reg, what it do, homie? He said, yo, that's Big Reg. That's the homie I was telling you about, Rail.
So
yeah. I'm gonna bring Rail is an RCer, my brother. He's still getting his feet wet. So I want you to see some of Reg's setups, man. You'd be like, yo, are you serious? That's what I was sitting there like, is you serious? It's just, the damn Tesla motor in your RC. Jermaine Anderson, how you doing, my brother? How you doing? Rado Can on Lexan, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Another RC brother from man. I've been watching GAP reviews, Big Gap, and they do a dope live on YouTube. So shout out to you, man. Rado Can on Lexan from joining us. And only if you RC, you know what that means. Rado Can on Lexan. It means the brother does bodies. Okay. Jesse said governors are the presidents of each state. The executive branch, 3 branches in all. Okay. Let me see. I got some more comments down here. He said, like we did with Osambo. Just like we did with Osambo, just get a black force in a high place who ain't going to do anything to help us. He says he has some made about him in the 90s, and he was in some rap videos. Who we talking about? So welcome back, Juice Lady.
I've been doing these classes, this peer support specialist class, and man, this 4 to 8. I mean, that's half a work shift sitting there just talking and listening, and people talking about their recovery journey. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you ever get out of class early, but motherfuckers don't want to get out early because they want to talk and shit and talk about what they going through and share stories. And like, I'm sleepy right now. I'm very tired. I am.
They did for support. Tired. That's how you get support.
That's what they come for. Yeah. Like, it's like that's what they have to mean. You know what I mean? Like, shut your ass up and
woo, exactly. Like, it was one of them things everybody could get out 30 minutes early, but instead we all want to say what we got to do tomorrow. Well, look, hold on. I want to tomorrow. Come on, man. Damn. All y'all got to say what y'all got to do, like niggas.
All right. You do that thing they used to do in church. Ah, man. Now you can go. I used to be so happy when they get done with that. And I used to be like, yes, finally.
I want to tell y'all something I've been thinking of, something I'm going to do, something I found out. So I've been looking at trips for my birthday right in March, and I was thinking to go to London, but the money ain't sitting right for London. That, our money and their money, and our money is actually less, and her food ain't good, all types of stuff. So then I'm like, fuck it, I want to go to the rainforest. I'm going to go to Costa Rica, right? So then I'm looking for ayahuasca. Niggas, I done found a 1-day ayahuasca retreat. Y'all know I'm going to do it. I'm going to come back. I'm going to be a new nigga on the podcast, but that's going to be next. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come back. Kev, I ain't going to be cracking jokes and shit no more.
And you don't know what you're going to be doing. You might not come back. Your ass be down there in the jungle running around. What Eddie Murphy say, with a bone in your nose.
If one of them motherfucking bugs, you going to bring back some shit worse than Ebola.
He said the kids bent over and grabbed a fish out the water and came with the fish in their mouth, riding a zebra. That's Courtney. Yo, oh man, that's dope. You know what? I wouldn't do no high ayahuascas. I wouldn't do that.
I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna let y'all know.
My generation, we wasn't really into the exotics.
I'm sure
it was about just weed and some liquor, and if it got exotic from there, you're like, well, it was crazy.
And that is exotic, actually, because the shit we be talking about be plants. So technically, that shit was exotic to what we doing.
That's an excuse. Take some of that shit and go to work, and then drive home. Right, your ass finna be down there sitting around a fire in the jungle for like 5 days. I'm cool.
I'm only doing a 1-day ceremony. One day. Okay. I ain't spending my whole
ceremony is 1 day.
Being high out my mind. No, just 1 day.
Tell us how. Come back and let us know how it went. Let us know how it went.
You know I am. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, man. It's Monday. I got the whole crew here, y'all. We do have a phone line. It's 262-202-5131. And we get really political on the show. And I led into this because once again, I'd like to revisit this because this is very important to me. How much credit should we be giving Mayor Johnson and our county executive, DC Crowley? How much credit should we be giving them for their accomplishments as elected officials here? Both brothers. Well, okay. You say none.
How much? What would you say, Kev? How much?
I mean, I could, like, in the beginning of the show, I said I felt like DC Crowley, what the brother has been, like, his movement towards affordable housing and stuff like that. And I think he's done some things for the homeless in terms of opening up some facilities for homeless people.
20%.
You get credit for that. But the $19 million budget deficit in the county is egregious. I don't know if it's his fault. I don't know. The sister came on here and said it ain't stolen. It's just misplaced. So, you just, like I said, you patted yourself on the back for putting this in place, saying financially we just saved the city. Fiscally, we saved the city. And it's like, yeah, it's working. We've reaped the benefits. Look how much revenue we've generated. And then you say, what? Wait a minute. We $19 million short. And then you say, well, it's because the overtime, see, at the jail, the county jail, they short-staffed and the overtime is just killing us. And consumer revenue is down, meaning people ain't spending.
Yeah.
So it's partially our fault.
Oh.
It ain't no place in Milwaukee for them to spend.
Can you afford it?
Sell some weed.
That's on that. On Milwaukee, though. It's Milwaukee.
It's Milwaukee County. Yeah, it's Milwaukee County. Indeed. Yeah, indeed.
That includes Franklin and Greendale and all the other surrounding counties. Whitefish Bay and St. Francis and all them. So it's a collective.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but what happened? So, did you reap the benefits or didn't you?
Who decides if we sell weed? Who is that, on Evers?
That would have to go through the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
We need to sell some weed.
That's something that would have to be decided by the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Like it would, because states have rights.
We need to sell drugs.
Well, I mean, I think I'm one who's a proponent of the sale, the decriminalization of it. People say legalize. I like to say decriminalization because it'll stop us from going to jail for it. And that's a very
people still gonna sell it though.
But they will. But the revenue, see, it generates tax revenue. Revenue is what we talk. At the end of the day, revenue is what make this thing go round. Okay, the services, city services, and that was the whole purpose with Mayor Johnson saying, "Hey, if we don't do this tax increase, our services, garbage, the DPW, Department of Public Works, All of this is in jeopardy. The county controls the parks. The county is at the zoo. The county is at Miller Park, and it ain't even that. American Family. What the fuck? I almost said County Stadium. That's how old I am.
No, the truth about it is, Kevin, the reason Mayor Johnson raised that bullshit on us is because Madison, well, what's his name, Scott Voss or whatever his name is, Voss, the dude, they fucked him over, and he thought he was playing with sharks, and he a fucking guppy. Madison is taking our purse strings. They fucking everybody up. You know, that's what the bottom line of it, because Milwaukee, the city of Milwaukee is 40% of the state's revenue. See, people got to understand, Wisconsin is still a rural state. It ain't number 5.3 million people in the whole state of Wisconsin. Right. Chicago, Illinois, damn near got more people than the whole state of Wisconsin, the states of Wisconsin. So Madison up there with Boston, them, they holding our purse strings. So then they did that bullshit with Chevy and them. You know, they cut out the DEI in school, but they was going to cut funding. They wanted more police, because remember we was arguing about putting the police back in MPS, and then they wanted them to raise the tax, the sales tax on the residents of Milwaukee. Right. You know what I'm saying? So where the fuck is all the money in Madison that they just sitting up there holding it? And then, you know, Evers, he can't too much do nothing because they on his ass too.
The funny part is, if we are to recollect, if you will, and think back, last year, I believe, they announced that they had this multi-billion-dollar surplus.
Surplus, yeah.
The state. So Mayor Johnson has to crawl back to Madison on his knees and say, can you please just increase the revenue sharing with us? But my thing the whole time was, it's our fucking money anyways. It's taxpayer money. Why are we licking balls for our own money? No.
Say we want to be the capital now. That's what I say.
That's the Diddy. He deep-throated it.
I didn't want to go there. It was a bad metaphor. I'm just saying, like, and nobody in Milwaukee stopped for a minute to say, wait a minute, what? Hold on. It's just with the referendum. And I know people, damn, Kev, you say this all the time. MPS is the perfect example of what goes on in the state here and in the city of Milwaukee and how it's run. We need $252 million, y'all. Well, y'all have a $1.5 billion budget. Yeah, but we need 252 million because if we don't get it, we're going to have to lay some people off, and we ain't going to be able to we ain't going to have no teachers. It's going to be crazy. People say, wait, but you have a $1.5 billion budget. That ain't enough. Fuck it. Yes, y'all can have it. And what do they do like the next week? We laying off everybody.
Right, like nigga.
They want some more money.
Right, like
don't forget they want some more money.
It's like they said we was just playing. Look, we gonna need another one of these next year. It's like, whoa, and that lit the fuse. Shout out to Miss Beverly Williams, right, and all these people who went in, and it lit the fuse to find out ultimately when you looked in the books, MPS was missing how many $1 million, and to the point where it wasn't just that they had fucked off money, they didn't even do the paperwork to get the budget approved from the Department of Public Instruction.
Whose job is that? That's the person who need to get fired. Like, who's supposed to be handling the paperwork and shit?
Well,
you're fired.
The superintendent walked with what? $160,000? 60? What did they give him? They gave him $70,000 to leave, and I think the director of finance stepped down. And then they said, "I love it. I love it." When they had the consultant that came in, and he came in, and he's a new sheriff in town. He's cleaning shit up. He said, first of all, the staff in the staffing that they have in the finance department is severely inexperienced, and they're severely short. Okay, so you don't have enough people, and you got a bunch of inexperienced people, and on top of that, the software that you're utilizing is outdated. So I keep saying, where did the money go then? Was the system, because it's outdated, sending the money? Somebody just got it down. MPS sent me $100,000. Thank you, MPS. Where the fuck is the money? And so I connect that to what's going on in the county. Now, I just said this. When budget time comes from the city of Milwaukee, I don't want to hear about no deficit. Especially when you done stood, they had the magazine picture and it said Faces of Power. And they say the city, Po Milwaukee. You save the city by taxing the people who live in the city that can't afford to live in the city. So no wonder consumer spending is down. Motherfuckers ain't got no money. How many times have we laughed? You go to the zoo, a bottle of water, $8. Like, come on, Milwaukee County. Yes, nobody's buying your $8 water anymore.
That's why I took my children in Chicago this weekend.
And Kev, another thing, another reason is, think about it though, bro. When they lifted the residency requirement for people like the medical aid people, like the firemen and the policemen, think about how many millions of dollars of tax revenue left the city of Milwaukee. They come work here. They come, because I see them motherfuckers up here in Kewauskum eating damn near. I'll be like, damn, why is that Milwaukee police up here finding? Like, he live up there, drive an hour or so down here, make his money down here, but go pay property taxes shit up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, that's what they call the long-term effect of shit. Mm-hmm. Scott Walker did that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We lifted that residency requirement. So now you got motherfuckers that come down here, drain the money and the resources out of our community, but not putting back in the community as far as paying their taxes. And then you got people in poverty who can barely make it, and now we left with the motherfucking bill. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that, though, is it?
Well, that's actually a great point, Dion, in that the residency requirement, right? Like, and we've talked a long time about one of the issues with the police in particular is that a lot of them don't come from the community. So you're right, they're coming from heaven knows where, and they don't teach this shit in no academy. I don't give a fuck what you say. You ain't. They don't teach second and buff them at UWM and shit. Like, there's some shit you gonna have to do. And so yeah, they freeze up, they shooting people. Like, oh damn, I slipped. Like, yeah, I bet you they more scared than the criminals are. But you're right about them robbing the city of revenue. Now, there used to be a time when I worked off Watertown Plank Road, and when I would get on my way from my first job to my second job.
Damn.
Brother was hustling then. I was trying to get it in. There would be, because I got to get on the expressway. I refused to get on the expressway. I would take the streets because the lines of people who work downtown and who work in the city trying to get out of Milwaukee used to be so thick. They was trying to 43, 45, 41. I don't care what you were driving on. Mequon, Cedarburg, they hauling ass. And so you're right. And I don't know why we can't revisit that. I mean, Mayor Johnson, you so smart.
Yeah.
I love when they say that it's a health hazard. Racism and segregation and discrimination is a health hazard. But I say, but then why don't y'all change your hiring practices? Because look who's running those offices downtown. All the little offices in City Hall, in the county, all these big companies who building these buildings, they headquarters. We in security and custodians. A couple of us up there on the floor, you know. A couple of us brothers got some soft shoes on, walk around in his little office. Right, but Tyrone asked to be the first one to go. So when some, well, Tyrone, you know we love you around here. Everybody, let's say one last goodbye. Goodbye, Tyrone. Your ass will be gone.
Damn, that's my nigga Tyrone's second job too, being security. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he done lost his second gig. Damn, my nigga.
But if he just stays security, he's straight. He's straight because everybody loves Tyrone. He's in the morning. How you doing, Mr. Johnson? He know everybody. That Mr. Johnson right there. He know his position there. He know all the company gossip. Damn, bro, you just gonna be a security guard. Shout out to all the security guards out there. I don't want nobody mad at me. So like, damn, Kev, how you knocking my hustle? He says this is Jesse in the chat room. So I was talking about the dump earlier about the songs and rap videos. So even the Central Park ad, he still got love from black people in NYC. Also, he wasn't in public office when he put that ad out. Well, yeah, but I think he's speaking more to the character of the person. I guess. John Fletcher said, man, we getting played, family. The math ain't adding up, straight up perpetrating the fraud. Laugh out loud.
My homie Tyrone, he wear both of them. He wear the soft bottom shoes during the day. He the security at night because niggas still need more money, even with their degrees and stuff. Still need more money, you know, paying mortgages, all that, you know, helping parents out, different things, you know what I'm saying? But even with the soft bottom shoes at Rockwell, before he moved to Cargill, hey, Tyrone, we love ya, but we got to do some layoffs, you know? So like, yeah.
I told you, I done had that. I done got that speech before. Hey, Kevin, they want to see you in the office. Damn. I just take my shit down in my cubicle. Let me get this shit down. And then the cold part is they gonna try to have me walked out. That's the one thing I would never do. I would never allow security to walk me out. Like they
bitch, you laid me off. I'm leaving, motherfucker. I ain't got right here.
Well, because they want to make sure you don't, you know,
get the fucking shit up.
Right. You know, so I just start walking and they be like, can you walk here? Can you wait here? No, I'm not waiting here. I know the way to my car. Yeah, but we want to get security. I don't even work for you no more. So I'm going to do shit you tell me. I'm gone. Right. Like they walking behind me, Mr. Barnes. I holler at y'all. I'm gone. You ain't finna walk me to my car. Let's, come on. So
I want to say I got a new job.
Another one?
Y'all know I don't even be fucking with jobs. This is the first job I actually applied for because y'all know I quit my job during COVID. I didn't apply for this job at the chamber. Ruben found me at Juneteenth just doing my thing and liked my vibration. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first time I've actually been actively applying and going to interviews. And I only went to one interview because nigga really ain't into interviewing like that. I don't fuck with it. But anyway, I work for St. Charles now. Woo!
What? You telling me you ain't had no job all this time? You been on here? But you been getting welfare or something? We been paying for you?
What is he talking about? What is
talking about Courtney. She ain't had no job. You ain't. Yeah, that's all I heard.
I done said I didn't have no job. Everybody on this panel know where I work at. Everybody on here know where I work at right now.
So now is this part-time or is this full-time?
It's full-time. I'm finna I done told my people at the job I'm finna leave. You know, they had things lined up, different events, had gave me different things to do. So now I got to tell my boss tomorrow, like, hey.
Yeah, I did St. Charles for about 6.
Well, I'm working for their counterpart, one of their smaller Owens Place. I thought Owens Place was a thrift shop, actually, on Fine Black. I didn't know. But now I know what it is. I'm like, oh, okay. Is it all right? Why you don't shake your head?
All I can say about my time at St. Charles is yeah. Fuck St. Charles.
And I'm happy that it's not like St. Charles, because I know me, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go AWOL. Fuck y'all. So
St. Charles is foul. They are foul. Now, unless they change the way they treat their employees, St. Charles is foul. It was when I was there.
Tell me more, Kev. Tell me more. No,
Let's talk about it. I don't want to spoil your experience. It might be great.
I was therapized about it. What they do to you? Let's talk about this.
It may be great.
St. Charles hurt.
Did somebody catch a case when the girls was fighting up there and they try to break the girls up and the girls say he like grabbed her or some fucked up shit?
Well, they lost the girls program. They pretty much the programs they operated when I was there are pretty much gone now. Like because we were on Watertown Plank. Now everything they even sold a building up here on 76. Everything now is back on 84th. Yeah, that's Ben Baker's rehab program now.
Oh yeah, they are on
from a buck.
Yeah.
He has rehab services out of there. But no, they were in bed with Wrap Around Milwaukee real tough. And that's how I was a care coordinator through Wrap Around Milwaukee. And I've worked about 5 different positions because they just kept moving me because I was, the shit. But no, I'm joking.
It's so good with the youth, Kev.
Yeah, but no, they St. Charles, they can kiss my ass. I'm sorry. They can kiss my ass. And they know why. Right. So if they listen and somebody say, damn, what's wrong with Kev? You know why. Kiss my ass.
We're trying to get this degree, Kev. We just need some jobs.
No, do your thing. That's why I say, no, I don't want to salt your experience. That's why I say, because it might be a lot better. We didn't have Owens Place. We did residential treatment and shelter care when I worked there.
And I don't want to do that.
So
somebody just hit me up today for that type of interview, 3rd shift, dealing with teens and treatment. I'm like, hell no. I ain't doing that at night. And hell no.
That is a setup of a setup.
It was. That's already got a job. It's all right.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Now, the brother who was murdered here prior to the Republican National Convention, Devondre, I hope I'm saying his name right, y'all. Mitchell. They do have all of the four men who murdered him. They have all been incarcerated and charged with homicide.
And they was all black?
No,
because the white one was the manager.
I'm usually that's how it go, right?
I mean, it was all the black ones holding them down and hitting them. That's fucked up. I thought it was gonna be some white folks.
Well, no, the interesting part of this is the manager, the white guy, the older one. I don't know what his age is. He looks old in his mugshot. Yeah. But then there's a young brother, and there's an older brother who's not even security. He was just working. He was working the front desk, and they said they told him, "Get your ass over there and help them," and he did it. And but is somebody missing here? If you've seen the footage, I want young Rebecca with the broom to get charged.
Yeah, with the broom, bitch.
I need for her to get charged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I need for her to absolutely be charged. Yeah. And the one brother, the older brother, I just doing my job. Well, you do your job in prison now. You go work.
Nah, Kev. No, we ain't gonna throw him away like that.
No. Whoa, what
I
do you
don't know how to feel about
stop
that. Though,
stop that. Dion, stop it.
That's just like slave
There's
days,
no
man.
pass given. Yeah. You see a black man being accosted by some people, and that's not even your job. You the front desk man, and somebody tell you go help, and you gonna go sit on this brother's back as he's crying and pleading for his life because the white man told you to. You gets no passes.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Bury his ass
I'll be
under
like,
the
that
jail.
ain't my motherfucking job. Like, you motherfuckers better call the police.
It's incredible that you even referenced the girls' unit at St. Charles. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when I worked there, the girls would go at it. Like, they go to fight. And on the radio, they get on the radio and say, whatever it was, code blue, whatever the fuck it was. We knew that meant all staff available. You got to go over there because it's out of control. And we would walk in there, and these girls would be tied up. It's bedtime, supposedly. So they got on PJs or sleepwear. And my supervisor is telling me and my coworker, hey, you guys help me break this up. I'm like, shit, I'm not touching none of them girls. Charlie, that was his name. Charlie, I'm not fucking with that. Kev, come on, just grab one. No, not at all. No, not gonna happen. Charlie. I said, Charlie, I'm gonna go in his office. I go in the office and get on the radio or something and be like, is there any more staff available? Can we get some female staff over here? It only takes one of them little girls. You grab her and take her in the room, and she in the room, and while she in there and everybody else is outside, she said, quit touching me. Your ass is in trouble. In trouble. And so that's the kind of shit St. Charles used to do, right? Like, we had teenage felons who literally, it wasn't no secure facility.
It was
they could just walk out.
I'm out this bitch.
And we just call them AWOL. And the sheriffs would come down, take the report, and whatever. So but that's a perfect example of not my job. I wasn't a secure. That wasn't what I was there for. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't gonna let nobody tell me, Kevin, you grab her. Okay. No, I'm cool, bro. I'm straight. Now you
Trump would have grabbed her by the pussy.
Right, allegedly, right? He's done something nasty, right?
Well, he said he grabbed women by the pussy. Ain't no allegedly to it. He said I grabbed him by the pussy.
Yeah, he said that's all you got to do to walk up to him and grab it. I don't know if that's pleasurable for a woman. I don't know. That's how he approached it, right? He's probably on Epstein's plane when he said it. I mean, this dude got questionable ties all over the place. Stop it. But yeah, man. So we were talking about this. I'm glad that they're being charged. I don't want any of them, these dudes, for their charges to get knocked down to manslaughter. This is first-degree homicide. And once again,
Kev, you want them to go away for 20, 30?
I want them all to get life. I want them all to get life. Yeah. Throw them in the worst prison. Like, what's the worst prison that you can go to? Like, I want them there.
Wisconsin got some of the safest prisons.
And see, I want them
in the United States of America.
I want them to go down in the swamps of Florida.
They gotta go down south.
Or get on the chain gang.
Go to Georgia. Yeah, Georgia. They just found 4 motherfuckers dead in Georgia prison.
Well, I don't know if we got the safest prison, because Walpond, we got a little trouble up here with Walpond too, where, what was it, 4 or 5 inmates, and then a bunch of people got walked out of there in them bracelets. You come on
them
with
niggas
me.
died. No, in Georgia prison, other inmates kill other inmates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you bet. Boy, them COs will slap the shit out you and walk on. And a nigga go back in his cell. But he'll tell me he'll beat the shit out of me and lock and sock me.
Right.
I swear, boy, us niggas.
It's tricky, man. It's tricky. It's complicated. That's a great way to put right now, as far as us, black people. It's a complicated time. Because you don't, I mean, honestly, y'all, what is black now? What do we even? I don't know what black even is now. I really don't. I don't know. Like, what are the rules? What are the Are
ain't
you?
No rules, you know that at this point. Shit.
Ain't no code. It's just whatever goes.
Yep. Whatever the fuck. Go
right.
with the flow.
At this point,
what you say, Kamar?
I said at this point,
yeah,
whatever goes. You know what I mean? Until somebody figure out how to set the boundary.
Yeah, and I don't know. And then I seen who's that? Everybody's hero, Umar. He was saying that, if reparations were to come, they shouldn't just be given to foundational Black Americans. I was like, wait a minute.
No, he didn't say that.
Yes,
no, he didn't. I gotta see that.
This is what I seen on the internet and the net. Right?
He say
I believe you, but I'm just saying I can't believe he'll say some goof ass shit like that.
Caught me off guard too, because I would think he'd be saying the opposite. But I was thinking, like, well, wait a minute. I thought the reparations were for what happened to us via slavery. If your people wasn't here yet, but then I guess you could say, well, it didn't stop at slavery because you had to go. It was just this code of ethics in America for hundreds of years. Everybody who was a person of color was mistreated. So then that means we might.
I don't like that POC shit. That person of color. That's how everybody gets in the boat. The Nicaraguans, the Mexicans, the Asian, everybody people of color. And see, once they start doing that, that's why now we confused. We Black. Now we're confused on what's Black.
I am. I don't know. Look,
you know what
I don't even know if I'm Black no more. I said I'd vote for Kamala. Brothers, oh hell no. Sellout ass nigga. Oh shit, my fault. Like, got mad at me. Like, fuck Kev, man. Like, damn, what I do? So I don't even know if I'm Black. No, and when I tell people I'm Black, they tell me you not Black, because Black is a color. It's not a race of people. It's not. That confuses me even more. Now I'm like, well, okay, so what am I then? Well, you a man. Then they give me the woke version. You're a mystical man of the sun, the original Earth Walker from the Nile River Valley. You stood on the shoulders of Nefertiti, and that's cool too. But I'm even more confused, right? I don't know, well, Egypt is not Egypt, it's Kemet. And so Africa, this is not a part of this, and it's the explanations of Africa and our lineage there. It's up in the air. And when I say Native Africans don't like us, people say, but they still Black though. And I'm like, but they're not. They're not defined as Black. They're defined as where they come from. I'm Kenyan.
Yeah, they be like, yeah.
I'm Nigerian. I mean, Giannis say he Greek. Have you ever heard Giannis say he was Black?
Yeah, I know. That boy said he a Greek.
I'm Greek. I'm the Greek freak.
And I thought he was from Nigeria or somewhere. His parents.
They are originally.
Well, how in the fuck is you Greek then?
Because it's rough in Africa.
We go over there to France. Is we French now?
That's a good question. I don't know what nobody is no more, Dion. I'm just gonna start saying people. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna say I'm a person. That's all I know at this point. That I am actually a person.
Yeah.
So I got to go back and redefine what Black is. I thought I knew for so long. I've hung my hat on it. Had all this pride and felt really good, and then they telling me now, well, you ain't Black if, because now it's fill in the blank. If you ain't Black, if you got a white man or a white woman, you ain't Black if one of your parents wasn't a Black person. You ain't Black if your family.
That would be the case, though, wouldn't it? You ain't Black if none of your parents.
I said one of your parents. One of your parents.
Is one of your parents? Oh, okay.
Well, Kamala missed the boat totally because her father's Jamaican and her mother's what, Indian?
Jamaican is a place. Like he ain't. I think they said ethnically, his father was Irish and his mama was a Hindu. So he so I guess the father is Hindu and Irish, but he was born in Jamaica. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's like me saying I'm American. Okay, yeah, motherfucker, you American, but what's your ethnicity?
Well, that's for us. That is your ethnicity.
Yeah, America.
That's why I keep telling Black people we're the only true Americans. Everybody is way about. My grandmother came here from Ellis Island. She was from Ireland, and my grandfather was from Italy. Like, no, my grandparents were from Mississippi. They parents was from Mississippi or Alabama or Georgia or Texas or wherever all the way until we go back to Virginia where they brought us in and dropped us off at. Fuck off the boat. He says, he says Shabaka sends his love. Shout out to Shabaka. He said there's a code, but many don't want to follow it or acknowledge it. Okay. Yeah, because it got so many variations. That's what I'm saying. It depends on where I'm standing and who I'm talking to on what the code is. Mm-hmm. Because you go in the hood, and if you ain't really about that life, you ain't no real nigga. Right? You say, I'm not a real nigger. I'm a black man. Break yourself, motherfucker. Give us your wallet, black man. I'm breaking your store and steal all your beads. The fuck out of here. Dion is saying, he's saying, yes, Umar said that. He said that. He said lineage-based caste reparations. That's what I thought it was supposed to be. He said, yeah, that code was called Jim Crow, which started off as a joke, by the way. Well, we without going back, giving the history lesson, there's a transition of power in which ideally coming out the Civil War, black people were promised right? And everybody knows 40 acres and a mule and all of that. Mm-hmm. And then the Southern people said, oh, hold the fuck on. Now y'all said we gotta free them. We ain't gotta love these motherfuckers. And so
technically they did get their 40 acres and a mule, but it was taken back from them. And the slave owners was paid reparations.
So that's what I'm saying. The white people said, hold on, we ain't gotta love them. And so then the government said, all right, we'll do what y'all do. And they did what they did, which is get a rope, right? And then from there, it was just an extension of slavery, except you say what he say is like both ours. We just keep it at my house. But you living on my land in a shack that I built for you, but you walk around talking about that's free. No, yous ain't. No, yous ain't. I miss Abraham Lincoln. He said, black is anyone of black, aboriginal, and African descent, formerly known as. See, there we go. There it goes. There goes the extension of the conversation. Black. Do these people? They don't identify the ones that I've met, and they don't say they're black. They say that where they're from. I'm Ethiopian. And they'll even point the finger at us and say, you black Americans. I've heard a Native African say that. Black Americans, right? Like they don't. There's a serious division right there. Most of them.
You got some people from India that's blacker than we is. Yeah.
In Cuba, some brothers walking around there look like they got a Jerry curl. That's just natural. His name Alejandro. Is that a Cuban name? That was some racist shit. It happens sometimes. I can't help it. It slips out.
That's the Spanish version of Alex. So
is that what it is?
It's Spanish, so I guess that's
learn something new every day. I did not know that. Okay. He said nationality and race are two different things. I agree. I agree. But if you live in America, your nationality is American. Your race is black, which is originated in America. Or people say your race ain't black, Kev. Then what the fuck am I? What am I? I'm not spitting in no envelope, sending it off either. For nobody to tell me what it is.
Headache with that one, Kev. I'm black fucking, man. I'm an African American. I'm an American. I'm an American, but I'm a descendant of African slaves.
There you
regardless
go.
How far you go back in my lineage,
it's gonna be some slaves.
Those are my descendants. Hold on, Dion. Are my descendants.
Because see, something we don't know that we ain't taking into consideration is some of us, if we go down our trees and get to greats, some of them might be Haitian. Some of them might have been a Dominican or, a dark skin, whatever, this variation. That might be in your bloodline too. While you thinking, oh, my family was slaves. No, actually, you're not. Like we would have to actually do the math. Like people could say, no, your grandfather came here from your great-great-grandfather came here from Haiti in 1942. And you thinking, oh, we black. We was slaves. Well, no. And you might not even know this dude. You might not even, I didn't know my great-great-great-great-grandfather was Haitian.
1942 is a little soon for a great.
Well, it's 2024. How's that?
My mama was born in 58. My mama.
Okay, point taken.
Mine was a freeman from the West Indies. So
why don't we say 1842 then to make Courtney feel better?
All right.
18. So I don't want Courtney to be uncomfortable.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's all good. It's all good. He said you can't live black and sleep white. But a lot of us, we gonna sit here and act like the 80s didn't happen. For a long time, a lot of us preferred light skinned over dark skinned. DeBarge was the man. I lived in the 80s. It was not about us. It was not about dark skinned people. That shit was light skinned that you were with the curly hair. Girls like, ooh, that nigga fine.
Yes.
It wasn't until Wesley came along where it was like, okay, man, we back in style and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
but you know what though? I never liked light skinned girls because they breath stank. Like Bull, remember Amina? She went to Hamilton with us. Now, don't get me wrong, she was a nice looking girl, but she light skinned, high yellow girls just never did it for me. I like chocolate or caramel. I prefer that motherfucker to be black as hell, where I gotta like cut the lights off and pat to see if I can feel you type of black. But you know, I deal with a caramel, you know, but I like the motherfuckers chocolate though. You know what I'm saying? I do though. I like them chocolate though, kid. You know
I know, but you, as usual, you start off with the most ridiculous. Like, I don't like light skinned girls because they breath stank. Like, who says that? Like,
and then he put the name on it. She probably
his name,
like, what the fuck?
Girl. Oh my God! He said my breath. He said, "Girl, that my breath stank in high school." Yeah, girl, your breath did smell like shit. Oh my God!
So you ain't ever seen a light skinned girl. You ain't ever been around a light skinned girl to chew that juicy fruit, that big red, back when we was going to high school, and they shit was like, they shit stank, kid.
I've met people of all hue with bad breath. Light skin, dark skin, white, Chinese, Latino. I can't ever remember a time when I said, man, that's the third light-skinned girl I met with bad breath. Like,
it probably didn't hit you back then, but them high yellow girls, they breath stank.
This dude right here, man.
If you get to thinking about it tonight, you'll be like, damn, D, you was right.
I promise you I promise you ain't gonna take me much time to think about that. I'm promising you. He said, Jesse Perry said, Rail been reading my posts on Facebook. I don't know. I don't know if y'all I don't know if you checking his post out.
That probably was his post where
I've been reading this shit too.
Where it was showing I think that was his post where he was showing how Kamala's people were slave owners or some shit like that. They just show up in my timeline and I just be scrolling and cracking up, man.
It's funny because I'm thinking probably Biden's people were too, maybe Trump's, maybe.
Sure of it,
I'm sure it's somewhere. I don't know. I just feel like
they're not saying they black though. That's I think the biggest thing we always talk about, when was a person of color in office for? They ain't saying they black, and not. That's the difference. Ain't nobody saying they black, and all other sources say otherwise. But this particular person,
she's getting heat for every mixed person that ever lived. Every bed wench that ever laid down with a white man, every shuffler who has a white woman. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't. I'm trying to get over my kind of like, you kind of sideways look at a brother or a sister that's with a white dude, but sometimes
hell yeah, I know I do. I can't stand them motherfuckers.
But that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. Ewok said, "Man, don't fall for that trick. We black." No, you know what? Because of my unfortunate experiences, a lot of the brothers that I've met that are with white women, and not all of them, because like I said, I got some brothers out there, y'all know who y'all is. They got white women. We ain't got no issue. It's all good. Shout out to you and your baby boo. But the majority of the brothers that I've encountered who are with white women are a certain kind of brother. They're really like, oh, this dude's a straight shuffler. Like, and it's just the reality of it. Now, like I said, I know it's some real ones who say, man, he ain't talking about me. Yeah, and my wife. Yeah, okay. Shout out to you, brother. But most of the cats who you see, like, that's there, they there. They ain't no longer here with us. I call it being whitewashed, because his opinions have started to kind of change. Like, all of a sudden, he talking different. You like, damn, bro, we ain't talk like that on the north side. Like, but it's not a bad thing, because everybody, whatever you need to grow, whatever you personally need to grow. And if you going through this world and you lonely and you tired of sleeping by yourself and you want some companionship, and the only woman that you can find is a white woman, get in where you fit in.
And I know big fat ugly ass white woman.
I don't care what she look like, Deanna. I'm talking about look.
Hey, Kev, you just made it seem like they can't get nobody else.
You
just made it seem so bad.
The last resort.
No, man, people get lonely, man. People are lonely out here, man. Like, people really be looking for love. Look how many people jump out there and do stupid stuff just to be loved. Like, and people want companionship. It's dope that I can go, my wife is black, me and her, strong black woman, whatever. Kamara, you and Ticey can go, strong black woman, strong black man. Rail, you and your wife. That's dope and good for us. But it's some brothers who can't click. Like, they can't either deal with a black woman, because we know some of them can't. Like, there's some black women that it's hard to deal with. Just like it's some black men that's hard to deal with. But I think it takes us as black people, yin and the yang, to kind of balance each other out. If it's uneven in any shape, form, or fashion, sometimes people get hurt, right? And so if all you can find, and if you say, man, Kev, no woman will ever treat me as well as this woman does, she just happens to be white, I'm gonna pat you on your back, man. I'm gonna say, man, what's up? And if it's somebody that's close and they say you be in the wedding, for sure, I'll be in your wedding. Now, if you marrying a white dude and you a brother, I'm not gonna be in the wedding.
Hey, you know what's fucked up though, Kev? Think about a nigga fucking with a white broad, right? He gets the broad pregnant. She already got a son with a pure white dude that she had as mixed baby, and they brothers. Ooh, I know that hurt right there. That damn near make a motherfucker want to commit suicide.
I don't think it hurts. I think they look at it like we're all family, because brothers is brothers. It don't, hey man, we brothers.
His brother is an all white boy.
I get what you're
saying. Out the same pussy.
I get what you're saying. I think at the end of the day, they look at it like we're family. Dion, they know he ain't 5 walking around talking about
brother.
I can't stand my white ass brother. You got a white brother?
I hate my brother.
You got a white brother?
I ain't got no white mama.
I said white brother.
But if I did, but if I did, I'd dislike his ass.
Come on,
I would. I'd be like, I hate you because you white. I'd be like, I can't help from loving you because you my brother, but I don't like you because you white.
But the mama would have been white. So that means, do you hate your mama because she white? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I probably hate everybody. I hide that side of me, like the Imitation of Life, when that one girl, she was black.
My God.
And you remember that?
That is the all-time saddest movie
and she
in
almost
the history
lost her
of
mind
movies.
when her mama died, too. Right behind the damn thing. Like,
hey, that is one of the saddest movies you've ever. If you want to see a sad-ass movie, watch The Imitation of Life. And just the way that the mama is trying just forever to just try to be there, and the way her daughter is just boo-booing on her. And then she dies, and the daughter's like, Mama! It's like, whoa. Like, she was living this life when she had this white husband. She was good. She didn't want nobody to know her mama was black. And all her mama ever did was just, I understand. But that was some sad shit, man. I like that, Coolie High, and what's the other saddest movie and shit I've ever seen?
Boys in the Hood, when Ricky got killed.
Boys in the Hood I wasn't like that so sad. It was just like, oh, yeah, that's fucked up. Like, it was different. Like, Imitation of Life, like, you're really sad at the end of the movie. Like, oh man, that is fucked up, man. Like, and that's why I say Coolie High was that way, because you see, like, no, not Cochise. No, like, that's sad. Where you say, man, this is a tragedy. This ain't no good movie. So, yeah, I know we off track. People like, what the fuck is Kev talking about? He said them dark people get treated horribly too in those countries you named. Dark people usually get the short end of the stick. Ain't no denying that. He said those countries all had slave ports too. That's colorism, light skin versus dark skin, which we already know. He says Kamala just tried to undermine the Freedmen's Bureau, just like Biden just did with the black farmers. Well, Trump did too, though. Trump just he's attacked one of the policies in place for black farmers. I mean, at the end of the day, once again, I think it's a piss poor argument for us to go and compare the two, like back and forth. Well, he did this, or she did that, or they did. I don't know why we just can't say, hey, they both pretty fucked up, and just leave it at that. Like, why is it an extended kind of like alley-oop? It's just like, no, we can agree on that. We can agree that neither one of them are for us. But feelings. And my feelings for Trump are very negative. I just don't like Trump. It shouldn't be personal, Kev. I'm sorry. It is. It's very personal for me because I like I said, it's about the energy for me. He said Trump don't have no slave owners in his family. Biden does though, and Curry Mala ain't black. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm sorry, but it's the same thing. Like, all right, okay. Ewok said the Trump campaign got y'all just as brainwashed as they did the MAGA suckers. Got y'all wondering if we black or not with one statement. Got me confused. I ain't ashamed to admit mine. I be walking around just lost, just like, what the fuck? I don't know. I be wanting somebody to tell me where to go. Like I get on the little thing that say nationality. Now I be putting other because I don't know. I thought
everybody else put white. I'm telling you, everybody else put white, man. I be talking to people like, okay, like me working where I work, I be learning about ethnicities I ain't never even heard of, like these little Burmese people come in, right? They darker than me. They dark as hell. Speak some language, like it's called like Rohingya or something like that. But on their application, they putting white. Everybody put white except us.
And I'm looking at the chat room. First of all, let me say, Real, you are 100% correct. When I say diversity now, like I told you, I live in a neighborhood now. And mind you, I was born and raised on 17th and Capitol. When I was growing up, it was a schmiggler white people who had just held on when we all moved in. And they usually was very old. Like I'm too old to move. And the community I live in now, there's Latinos, Hmongs, Africans, black people. Like there's literally, I look around and say, every race over here. And we don't have no issues. Okay. So, because I want to talk about immigration. I brought that up for a reason. He's asking me about Sounder and Goodbye Uncle Tom. Like Sounder was very sad as well. My brother used to cry to that shit. Like my brother couldn't stand to see no dog die. So he couldn't. Any movie where the dog died, my brother would just have a nervous breakdown. When we was little. He just couldn't.
So like Old Yeller,
all of them. Anytime the dog got wounded, my brother broke down by the end. No. He'd be like, dude, it's not even a real dog, Keith.
Motherfucker, Old Yeller.
Man, he couldn't. I'm telling you, and he would put himself through torture by watching it every time it came on. And I'm like, why do you keep watching it if you know you can't handle the end? He just, man, get to that part. He'd be like, no, man, they didn't have to kill him. I'm like, he had rabies. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, that's why they killed Old Yeller, right? Like he had rabies, right? Like, nah, man, the dog got to go, man. Like, so yeah, man. It's some movies that'll tug at your heartstrings, man. You say, oh man, that's fucked up, man. You know, that's sad right there. So, but yeah,
Malcolm X make me cry when Malcolm get killed at the end.
Okay,
I can't handle that. That bothers me right there.
Okay. I'm thinking now. My mind is really thinking about this because we talk about culture and stuff like that. But let me talk about the immigrants first.
Okay.
And see, this is a great thing too. And y'all think when I say I'm really working on my mentality because I realize I'm kind of a black racist. I know I'm prejudiced. And a lot of people won't admit this, but I'm prejudiced because I prefer the company of my own people. When it comes to positioning, I prefer that we get the best positions. When it comes to any competition, anything where a black person is involved, I say I want the black person to win. If it comes to where I live, I'd like to say, hey man, it's cool if I live in a white neighborhood, but I want some black people in this neighborhood. Like I prefer black people. So I'm prejudiced for all intents and purposes. I think we all are. All of us won't admit it because we all prefer our own. That's a natural thing. You prefer your own. You know, now I'm not racist because I would never hold somebody back for something because of them being white, right? So as prejudiced as I am, if I had a business and I had a black applicant and a white applicant, and the black applicant was severely underqualified, I would hire the white person. So
what if they was equal?
I'd hire the black person.
Okay.
If the black person was even close, I'd hire him. But if he's just not qualified, I'm not just hiring him because he's black. I can't do that. It's my business. I got to have the best people that I can around me.
Right,
so, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm working on myself now because, like, when I was doing the RC thing the other day, and me and Reg brothers standing, we out there doing, you know how brothers get. We talk shit, running the cars up and down. Oh, motherfucker, you ain't get your ass up. And you know, the Latino dudes came by, the white dudes came by. How y'all doing? All right, boom, boom, no problem. Right. So, but when I seen them coming initially, I was like, damn, I ain't got my shit on me. I'm so thinking like, I know I got to have a knife or something in the car. That's my natural defense mechanism when I'm outside. And even because in my community, I'm on guard. Like, you know, you be like, man, I watch these niggas. So when I see one of them, I'm surely like, shit, ain't no love over here. And I'm getting to the point where now, because I'm getting older, it's like you can't really look at everybody like that. You got to stay on point, right? But don't be, you know, I'm not going to, because like I said, the Latino brother came up, he was cool. I think he was Mexican. He didn't speak the best English, but he was cool. He was just laughing, smiling with us, talking. Yeah, you know. I'm like, he's cool. So now I see other brothers and they walk in with their white girl sometimes. And I used to snarl a little bit, like, look at this sellout ass nigga.
Damn.
Yeah. Because
I say that still.
I don't now. I
never thought about it. Like
no, because it's just like I said, my experience with brothers who usually go white, they're a certain kind of brother. Like normally,
I see what you're saying.
They're stepping fetchets. They whitewashed, or they feel like they're on some higher plane than we are because they have this white girl, or they choose to, okay, even though you black and you from our culture, you gon' fuck that. That wasn't good enough. They jump head first into the white water because it's colder.
I see what
you know,
you don't think you have to assimilate the whiteness somewhat to even be accepted into their culture, though?
I don't, because there's some white girls who don't want you to. You are her nigga. She knew what she was doing. She wants you to remain Tyrone from 35th and Burlock. She don't want you to be, shout out to 35th and Burlock. She don't want you to be reformed. She wants you to see Tyrone's in the back smoking his blunt. Hold on. Like that's what she want. Sometimes you get one who be like, no, it's time for you to put all that nigger shit aside. We finna go see my family. Like, you ain't gonna walk up in their house. What up, pops? Sometimes if you get a really liberal old white dude, Tyrone, you're a hoot. Hey, how about that Snoop Dogg at the Olympics? You know, like that. But most of the time, I think a white woman who marries a brother know what she doing.
That should be in front.
yeah, of course. Like and we can get really personal about it. My daughter is a young woman, a beautiful young black woman, 21 years old, doing her thing. And for me, it would be ideal for her to bring home a young brother who's on the same level as her and say, Dad, this is who I want to be with. But if she just so happened to bring a white dude home, we're going to have to sit down and talk. I'm going to have to really get for me to understand it. Because if my baby girl say, but Dad, he treats me right. And I ain't no bed wench. I ain't no compromise shit. But also I tell her, be careful if he's a little bit too, you know, because then you his pet. You ain't his wife. It's like he got an exotic lizard or something. You know. Oh my God, collard greens. I love them. Like, don't bring that kind of dude here. So it's about adjusting your own personal switches, is what I'm saying. And politics is the same way. I think a lot of times with us, what our problem is we have tunnel vision and we're very emotional. And I love that about black people, but we some emotional motherfuckers, right? We are some black people. They said we gonna have some festivities for Juneteenth Day at Summerfest. Motherfuckers lost their mind.
They're trying to steal our shit, man.
Steal our shit.
They're trying to steal our shit, bro. Man, white people are snakes, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
So you saying the white people? You saying the white people on Oconomo Walk right now is like, oh, they moved it to Summerfest? I'm going this year. No, they still like fuck that nigga shit.
And pretty soon they're gonna be
was they saying they was moving it, or was they saying they was doing something like
just some events, just some events,
like an after set,
something like that? Yeah.
Now, does that mean they stopping from stopping it from going down where it
usually
you
can still have your little nigger festival.
That's no, that's the whole thing right there. You know what I mean? As long as we could still do our thing where we always been doing it, I don't feel like it should be a problem. Now, if the city gonna put together some more events and they gonna partner with Juneteenth, I think that's cool too. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to go. If you don't.
Jesse said black people can be prejudiced, not racist. We don't have any institutional power to enforce our prejudice, so we can't be racist. Sean Moore, shout out to Sean Moore. Sean, you supposed to call in. I don't know, man. This is how they do you when they get, when they would say black people, he got him a little job now. He said, I'm not doing this. He said, I'm not doing this one. Too much on my mind for interracial shit. My grandbaby's mixed. See y'all Wednesday. Peace out, man. Peace out, Sean. If you can't handle the whole weight, like he said, skin need lotion, teeth need Colgate. He said, agreed, Dion, they are snakes. And what color is a snake on his belly? I feel like if you put that was Jesse Parrish. I feel like if you putting that much energy into hating someone, it's gonna affect you in the long run. Right?
I don't think it's about energy on hating someone though, but why we can't have our own shit though, bro?
But you don't have to want us to have our own and wish them damn to hell. You don't have to say, okay, so what I always say is I'm pro-black, but I'm not anti-white. I'm not. I feel like they love, and if a white person say, hey man, I got white pride. Okay. I love being white. I say that's cool. But don't let me see you fuck with no black people for the preservation of that or the perpetuation of that. Is that perpetuation? I don't know if that's a word. I might have threw that in there, y'all.
Hey, how about this thought about Juneteenth, right? You know, like it always goes like foul shit be happening at Juneteenth around the end of the evening. You know what I mean? When it be over. But like to go down to the Summerfest grounds, I feel like it'd be more security and shit. And like we would have the opportunity to go hang out even longer.
And then maybe they could have concerts where they bring people in around those times too. I don't know. I was just always curious, does it mean one has to stop because this
as long as we ain't gotta stop the one we got going on, it's cool with me.
Yeah, that wasn't a proposal.
Give me something else to do.
But this is the real what I say. And if you listen to our show, you know I've said this before. What's wrong with expanding Juneteenth? If it's a federal holiday now, and we wanted to get the recognition that it deserves, what's wrong with expanding it? What's wrong with saying, and this whole day is going to be about this, not just from 10 to 4 or however long. Because I always feel like there should be a pre-Juneteenth day buildup. I feel like there should be events all through the city leading up to the day, right? And like Rail said, what's wrong with attaching a national act to it? Y'all had Snoop here at Potawatomi, and he was up. He should have been contracted to do. Hey, Snoop, why don't you come? I don't know what his rates are, so you know how we get like fuck that. We ain't sharing the money. I don't know, but to have. Even if it's gospel, like I said before, you have like we used to do at Afrofest. You go to Summerfest grounds, there's a religious stage, there's a hip hop stage, there's an R&B stage, there's a jazz stage. People just go down there and enjoy black. There you got art. You know, it's like setting up, get a vendors first some money. I mean, a special rate so they can come down there. I don't, Well,
I'll tell you this. If we still living, all of us, hopefully we is, by 2027, 2028, I bet you they're going to be and probably move that shit from goddamn 3rd Street and took it down there. And motherfuckers going to be, all the white people going to be going down there. And we going to be like, well, what the hell? What happened? You know what I'm saying? You can't trust them, man, when they put their finger in something.
They done stole Juneteenth.
We got one of the oldest Juneteenth celebrations in the nation.
Yes.
One of the oldest in the nation. Why not, Kev? Why not?
Why won't we expand it, Dion? What's wrong with growth?
Man, fuck that. You can't grow. If that's the case,
hold on.
We could have did it ourselves.
You have a Cinco de Mayo. You have a Mexican parade day, parades. You have every other race and culture has.
Fuck that.
They have parades, right? And it's not just the St. Patrick's Day. Say how many people celebrate St. Patrick? Black people, even though we know about.
We do because we are educated.
Well, not necessarily, but hold on, though. Dion, there's some talk about who the original Irish people were. Right.
Man, I don't believe that shit. We're not gonna feed off of that dummy shit. If that's the case, we was mermaids too.
Well, you can't. There's historical fact that states there's a tribe of pygmies that were in Ireland, in what is now Ireland, and actually, the celebration of St. Patrick's Day is about the patron saint who went and led the wars to run them out. So. That's historical fact. That ain't no conspiracy theory. That's historical. It's a historical fact. It's not a myth. It's what it's based on.
You said a saint,
a patron saint of the. He was sainted. Oh. He didn't float down from the clouds. He was a religious leader. He was admonished. I mean, not admonished, but he was acknowledged as a saint for what he done later. He became Saint Patrick for what he did in terms of running the invaders out of Ireland.
Patrick ain't even no black person's name.
His name was Patrick. Ireland? His name was Patrick. I didn't say the niggas in Ireland was named Patrick. What you talking about?
And who invaded Ireland?
I don't know that it was invaded. I think that there was a group of people who wanted access to the land, and there was a tribe of pygmies there, African pygmies, who were there, and they had that land, and through whatever means, I don't know if they sailed there a long time ago. Look it up. Read the story of St. Patrick.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that one.
Read it up.
That one is far fetched, right? I can see
it's not. This is what they give him credit for. So you saying it's far fetched when it's the Mayflower wasn't real? Okay, this does sound far fetched. Actually, that's a good one though, because it was far fetched. No, the Mayflower was accurate. I'm thinking about Christopher Columbus. With his ass, he was in India talking about this is America. Who is this? He says this is Jesse. He said, why is telling the truth about them hating them? Well, you can tell the truth about them, but when it turns into I can't stand them motherfuckers, they slaves, they goddamn snakes, and you know what color the belly of a snake is? You motherfuckers is less than human. Like that's putting a bit much on it, ain't it?
That's that emotion you said you love, that passion and emotion.
Okay, is that what it is, Rail? Is that what it is? Is that emotion, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh, they never did. That was like the other day, right? I was reading something, and it said, "How can you trust somebody that oppressed you, enslaved you, and did everything they can? Like, how can you trust that? These people ain't no different than from the people that was in the 60s and the 50s and the 40s. And don't remember not too long ago in the 80s, they was acting a fool about busing when people was getting bussed out to the communities. You was living in Milwaukee then. I wasn't living in Milwaukee then, but it's in the archives though. So now all of a sudden they hardened chains and we love niggas.
Who said that though? Who said that? I'm
just saying we don't want our Juneteenth to be, read about it, learn about it.
What makes you think
we don't want y'all hanging out
it's a federal holiday right now? What do you mean? You think it's gonna go away because they start doing it at Summerfest? It's in Milwaukee is one place. You think everybody gonna say, "Oh, you see what Milwaukee did with Juneteenth? Yeah, well, that's what we doing from now on. Fuck Juneteenth."
And
no.
You know what? When they see that what Milwaukee did, they gonna be like, "They for goddamn food."
Well, I mean, like I said, if you want to stay in the same place, if you've been going to the same street on the same corner for 50 years. And they've even cut the time you can be there down to what time is it over now, Kamar? What is it? 5, 4? You can't, and you got to get the fuck up out of Dodge, right? So with your free ass, get the fuck out from down here. so why the fuck we can't say, all right, well, let's go down to the Summerfest ground and go see the Isley Brothers or something. You got your lady, your family. We go down there. Maybe the Coty dancers is down there. Maybe your church, maybe your children are in a program through the church or through some other urban arts program, and they're down there. So, I mean, I don't know why if we ain't on MLK, it ain't official, huh? Like It's why wouldn't we expand it? It should be a citywide thing. Actually, Juneteenth should shut the city down, not just Martin Luther King. Because I tell you what, no, I'm talking about when that goddamn Harley joint come, all you hear is motorcycles all night long. They got parts of the city blocked off. I feel like Juneteenth is bigger than the damn Republican National Convention. And y'all see how the fuck they shut downtown down for that. It's a matter of opinion. Some people say, yeah, right, Kev. $250 million Trump just came and made for Milwaukee. Well, they need to loan 19 of it to the county. They need to loan DC. Maybe at the convention he should hit Mayor Johnson, be like, hey yo, let me get some of that convention money, bro, so I can plug this $19 million hole. We'll call it something. We'll make up a name for it, right? Milwaukee in action. It's always been amazing to me that the county and the city don't work closer together, where people say, Kev, it's bigger than just the city, but the city is the nucleus of it. So like you got a police department and you got a sheriff department, and the sheriffs are in the park and the police are on the street by it. And in between them, how many crimes are committed? Why aren't they like cooperating, saying, okay, let's work these, and maybe they are. I don't know. I'm not a cop. Somebody asked the cop before he go to the police, the chief of police before he go to Texas. He said Hillary just spoke at the DNC. I'm not even watching it. Obviously, I'm on here with y'all. I watched the snippets. I wanted to know, was it any twerking? I was hoping that Rado or Glorilla or somebody would show up, Ice Spice or something, and really set that shit off. He said Juneteenth used to be a whole week long in Denver when I was growing up. It's always been one day here. We used to just get to stay later. But what happened when we used to stay later? My foundational brothers, like Dion is asking me the question: if somebody robbed you, if somebody assaulted you, if somebody raped you, if somebody exploited you, how could you ever trust them again? And I hate to be the Tommy Sotomayor of this, but we've done that to each other in our own communities. We're still doing it to each other. Like, I mean, the reality is I can't trust the average black man. I can't trust him. So once again, it's about people. It's not really just about, okay, he white, I can't trust him. I don't trust people in general. I don't think I got to like single them out. Like, man, I don't trust white people. Like, I trust other people. I don't trust Asian people, and I don't even be around them. Damn. I don't trust nobody who speaks a language that I don't understand when I come around them. So if I go in the Arab store and these motherfuckers go to, I'm like, they talking about me. Fuck these motherfuckers talking about me. I don't trust them.
Yeah, the motherfucking Arabs.
Because that's what I'd be doing if we spoke our own language. Every time some white person came in the store, I'd be like, hey, Real, look at her shoes. Be like, you'd be like, ha, 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 ha. That's what I'd be doing. I even said before on the show, if I was white, I would be a straight MAGA. I would be, because I'd be pro-white. I really would. Because I would say, nah, man, fuck them niggas. I'm not white, but if I was, that's how I would be. Look, man, everybody, I'm just saying out loud what people feel. I know people like, y'all can't have some bullshit. No, I used to tell my mother that. She was like, shut your goddamn mouth. Your ass never will be white, so we ain't got to worry about that.
Kev, you thought about being white before?
No, I used to tell my mother if I was white, I'd be racist too. I've been saying that for a long time. Like, if I was white, I'd be really racist. I would be. I would be really prejudiced, I should say. Not necessarily racist, because I might not have enough power, because, you know, they say in order to be racist, you got to have the power to, like, enforce. But I know I'd
come up with our own definitions.
I know I'd be prejudiced for sure. I'd look out the window and be like, oh, my God, hon. What is it, baby? Fuck. Niggers moving in across the street. Fuck.
Yeah, we be prejudiced now. Like, my neighbor just told me he put his house up for sale, and I'm like, God damn it. Now it had me thinking about pulling equity out my house just to grab his so that I can control who the fuck moved next to me, man. Like, my biggest fear is Rado grabbing this shit. Like, my side of the street right now is the only side of the street where you could tell is homeowners. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we can get kind of prejudiced too. I know. I was like, God damn, please don't let it be no ignorant ass niggas that move their ass next to me.
Oh, have mercy.
I hate them niggas that stay across the street from me. I want to talk to the people, the whatever you call the neighborhood watch people, but we get a petition to get their hood home living ass up. Because they some little roguish ass niggas. They roguish as a motherfucker. it's always some bullshit. You know, they young niggas. And I think their mama fat as a motherfucker because their mama, I used to see her and shit. She used to have them people coming. They got to open the back door for the van and shit to get her big ass up out of there. And then her kids just over there. I don't even see her over there no more. It's garbage everywhere and shit. Like they make that one house make the block an eyesore. And they bring crime because they bring their other little roguish ass partners over there. And they be doing shit like somebody went through my truck the other night. I laugh like, nigga, ain't nothing up in this motherfucker to steal. I don't lock the doors on my vehicles because if a motherfucker gonna get in, they gonna get in. So the door is open for you. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely feel you on that though. You know, like.
But so
I need to call.
So
ahead,
all you doing is reinforcing when. That's why I said to just point my hatred and disdain at white people. It requires too much energy when it's everybody. Like I'm even with. It's enough for me to go around. I don't need to just white man. That's one of our things is we blame white people for every single thing that's wrong with us, no matter what. That's why it's white people's fault. See, there you go.
It is.
Okay.
And 9 times out of 10, if something bad happened to you, it's gonna be somebody that look like you.
Global warming is the white man's fault.
Right.
Global warming is HIV/AIDS is the white man's fault.
Right.
Cocaine funneled in our neighborhood is the white man's fault. The crimes and the guns and the low poverty rates and the joblessness and people dropping out of school and the teenage pregnancy, all that is the white man's fault.
Right, I hear you.
And now we ain't got time enough to link it all, cause you know it's like connect the dots with this shit, especially fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? But it's the white man's fault. That's just like I was just reading about the electoral vote. That's rooted in racism, and really it's outdated now because those policies and the way we was living back then have changed. With slaves, we was 3/5 of a human being. So y'all still going on this 3/5 law with this electoral vote?
No, that's not. It's really based on smaller states having equal voice in the election. So that if California and Maine got to go head to head, well, you think California is going to be able to pick every president then because they have more people?
You're right, but hold on,
but hold on. Let me finish.
I think it's gone.
And so when we look at it and say, well, it's really about that state has more electoral votes. So if the candidate does win that state and loses California, if he wins enough of those states, then it won't necessarily make him or her lose. I do agree with you. It's outdated, but I'm saying I hear people with so many conspiracy theories around it, and it was really just supposed to be established as a way to keep things even. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, and it doesn't work all the time.
Well, let me read it real quick, Kev. It says the Electoral College has racist origins. When established, it applied the 3/5 clause, which gave a long-term electoral advantage to slave states in the South and continues to dilute the political power of voters of color.
Okay.
It incentivized presidential campaigns to focus on, like you said, relatively small number of swing states. But together, these dynamics are
what I want you to do is I want you to look and see if it's been ratified since, because the 3/5 rule has been gone. Okay, I want you. Has it been ratified? Yeah, look and see if there's been amendments made to it. Like if there's any, and I'm asking, I'm saying because we're no longer counted as 3/5 legally. We're not. So it had to have changed in some kind of. In some part of it. Now let me catch the chat room because this is Ewok and Jesse. He says that they were called, the people I was talking about in Ireland, the TWA.
And Booty.
Okay. Because Dion kept saying it was far-fetched. It's far-fetched. And Ernest Walker said the two tribe, Kev. I think he talking about Ireland. Said that part, Dion. Said that definition comes from Nellie Fuller Jr. and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, not Shay and Kruma, for your information. Okay. Shay and Kruma. Who brought up Shay and Kruma? I get lost, y'all. He said we can't deny that they had a hand in it all if societal ills you all the societal ills you name. You know what? That's weak. That's weak sauce, because when I look around this community, what I see is us doing this to us. You could say, well, it's because of it's us doing us, and it's us making decisions. Now, we talk about drugs, we talk about crack, we talk about how the government flooded our communities with these drugs. My dad didn't get on them. My mom didn't get on them. I have uncles and aunties who didn't get on them. I have cousins, obviously, who got involved, but people were making decisions. You make a bad decision, then turn around and blame the person who, put you in that situation. Like, oh, why y'all put all this crack around me and expect me not to sell it? Instead of, so I get the whole narrative of the ills that have been committed against us. I just think in 2024, it's a little short-sighted to blame the white man for everything that ails our community. I do. I don't see a white man making these kids do this stoley shit. I keep saying my barber just got shot 15 times for his own truck by another black man. What no white man, well, you say, well, the white man, the one who made the truck, right? Like, he made the gun. He made the bullets. We're going to totally leave off this little savage who, from what I heard from my inside source, had murdered a brother or did murder a brother a week later. Same scenario, taking his Trackhawk. This is how he was caught, allegedly. That's not a white man who did that. I think there's some situations where we can definitely look at white people and say, yeah, that right there is all them. But we got to stop blaming everything that's fucked up about our community on them, especially when we're taking no initiatives to change it. We ain't been sprayed with a fire hose in a long time, y'all. I'm just saying. And this motherfucker got them police dogs, which I hate, by the way. I hate police dogs. The imagery of it for me, the optics, as they say, is just all bad. But I mean, like, we talk about Kamala locking people up, and I think Kamar made the point, and I heard some other people make the point that, well, she didn't go to their house and pick them up. They had committed a crime. Now, as far as the people who were locked up because she said if your kids are truant, you face some legal situations. I'd like to know how many people actually went to prison behind that. And then I would say, I've been a part of that. Who was that? Dion, what you doing? Backing up? You got to mute your phone or something. You got to mute up.
Somebody else backing up. Hold on, let me let the window up.
I thought I was backing up. I'm like, damn, what's going on? He said the Electoral College is not a physical place. It's a process which includes the selection of electors. I just love, thank you for, because we sure thought it was a building. I've never heard a black person say, where is that? Like it's not a place. We know it's not a place. So it doesn't matter what year it is, we still living under global system. Whatever. Okay. I'm taking steps. So speak for yourself. I am speaking for myself. I am speaking for myself. With the work that I do is with people. I help people, black people included. I help people, period. And I keep saying the best thing you can do as a black man to really affect change is start in your own house, meaning raise your children, take care of your family. I check all those boxes. So when you talk about, speak for myself, I was on the front lines years ago. I've been in this, the entire spectrum of this thing. I've been in it. It would be improper for anybody to question me when it comes to this. My commitment to our people and all the things, all the people I've helped, all the youth I've mentored. And people say you shouldn't brag, but I'm just telling the truth. So when I say we're not taking steps, I mean the majority of us. And we got a whole crazy ass community. It don't matter if one person is doing one thing. That's why I said we aren't taking steps collectively. You don't understand the north side of Milwaukee, so I think that's why your perspective is that. You don't understand what it's like here. We do this show and speak to Milwaukee. So if somebody else is somewhere else listening and they say, well, that don't make sense, it's not like that where I live or whatever, then that's because it's not for you. It's for us here in the city. Because we understand what it's like to be here. So I'm not, and I refuse to, because like I said, I've worked in the community enough to see a lot of the damage that we do is self-inflicted. We do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. So, you know, that for me, like, that's why I can question the way things go. That's why, because we all been in the hood. Kamar been in the hood. I've been in the hood. Dion been in the hood. Kamar been in the joint. Dion been in the joint. I've been to college. Rail been self-made. It's a bunch of different perspectives sitting around this table is what I'm saying. And we all know it for this general area. We know it from our experience here. That's what we all have in common. The common denominator is all of us is 414. So, you know, when we start talking about, well, I do this or da-da-da-da-da. When you said speak for yourself, you hit it right on the head. Because how could I attempt to speak for anyone else? That's why I usually defer to my co-host, like, Kamar, what do you think? Real, what do you think? I don't say, Real, let me tell you what you think. Let me tell you what Real wants to say, right? Oh, I love this shit. This shit is so much fun. What we got? I got a question for y'all too. And while I got Dion on the phone, because he's funny about this. This is hilarious. It's not funny, but I think it's a funny topic. He said the north side of Milwaukee sounds like the east side of Denver. I think the north side of Milwaukee is unique. I don't think it's nowhere like the north side of Milwaukee. Now, if you from Compton, Detroit, Chicago, you might, because when you say the west side of Chicago, I don't think it's no other place like the west side of Chicago except for the west side of Chicago.
Man, fuck the west side of Chicago. It's the east side all day from state to the lake, my nigga, on my mama.
Yes, we're not gang banging on here. You're and your little 7-4 homies. We're not gang banging with you guys. I was about to say the south side, there's nothing similar to the south side of Chicago, but the south side of Chicago. So where you at is unique. It's different everywhere. You know, we might look a little bit the same, might dress a little bit the same, but it's nuances. Now, I seen that. Is Larry Hoover going to be? Is he up to be freed? I'm hearing they're saying he has a hearing or something next week, or what is this? Dion, are you up on this?
Yeah, man, they trying to get the old man up out of there, man, because the man been locked up 50 plus years.
Right.
So they saying, like, basically the man saying, like, look, shit, I ain't got nothing to do with what's going on. I denounced that. You know, and ain't nothing wrong. I mean, you know, most of the time, as far as with bro, motherfucker, God damn it, people probably won't respect him anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because now these young niggas out here, it ain't no more structure like it used to be. Now, I ain't going to say everybody like that, because it is some brothers still bar none and got structure, but for the most part, a lot of brothers don't have structure. So, you know, but he's not supposed to be getting free. He's supposed to be going up and talking to a judge and like, hey, to see can he get, like, I'm old, I'm 70-some years old, I'm dealing with health elements. The last little few years I got in my life, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to go out here and try to live with my family, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's willing to be under 24/7 monitoring and all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because he like, I ain't with that no more, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't with it. That ain't who I am. And, you know, I could definitely understand that, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, these white folks, they look at us and think that's who we is. And all of us, you know what I'm saying? All of us, you know, that went through the criminal justice system. Like, I'm kind of damn near turned off from filling out my pardon, because I'm going to fill out all these paperwork, send it into y'all, hoping that y'all give me a pardon, and then you motherfuckers tell me nah. And that was goddamn, I'm damn near 50 years old, and I caught my case in 2000. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, in the eyes of white folks, once you know you who you is. So regardless if Larry go up, I mean, hopefully, you know, the judge will show some sympathy on him. But politically, what part would that place? It's a political game in it, because yeah, even if a judge did feel this man damn near 80 years old, there is no way that he could possibly be active in the game, call shots or whatever.
So that was my next question, because with the state of Chicago and with because I think I read somewhere that the Gangsta Disciples was like the biggest gang in the world. Or at least in North America. I don't know how they compare to some of the Latino gangs. I don't know all my gang stats, y'all, but I'm saying, how much change will he affect? Because like we say all the time, we don't really feel like, and I'm on the outside looking in because I'm not that, but if he came home, he wouldn't be received as some kind of messiah. Like, okay, now tell us what to do. like restore order. Like he's not coming home calling shots. Like, all right, get all the corner boys together. Like, it ain't. Like, I really believe he wants to just come home and say, nah, man, I'm with my family and just live out the rest of his days.
That man been locked up all that time.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think if he was to be released, they probably wouldn't even know he gonna be released. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to keep that shit up on the rap so hard. And then, you know, these young goof ass niggas out here, niggas that think they can earn some stripes, probably trying to whack him. You know what I'm saying?
That's sad. I didn't hear you say nothing about a white man in this conversation either. You said niggas would try to whack him, right? That's what you just said. You didn't say the white man gonna assassinate him. That ain't what you said.
I don't even think he's on the white people's radar.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As far as people that don't know nothing about him, but yeah, it's gangsters everywhere. They down in Mississippi, Detroit, Indiana, goddamn Georgia, Alabama. You know, when I be going places, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, I be like, I'm from Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? So shit, we GD crazy up
here. And so I think that's another thing why people say, well, why has he been locked up so long? Well, it's akin to the way they did Tukey Williams in California, and they executed him, and they said, well, he didn't really do the murder that they had him in there for. But a lot of people say, yeah, but the damage he done by forming the Crip gang, him and I guess Raymond Washington or whoever. I'm not a cryptologist. I don't know all the crypt, so don't get mad if you out there talking about, don't know what he talking about. But people looked at it like he's incarcerated just for his role in creating that. So they look at Larry Hoover like, you created a scourge, basically, that's been unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
So like we've made you pay for it, right? Like, but there's also that little drug thing that they, you know, that
they indicted him in '95. Remember when the Ghetto Boys came out and they was talking to him? Yeah, they indicted. You know what I'm saying? They indicted the chairman. You know what I'm saying? They went down there to the feds. You know, because Chicago got a fed prison that looked like a skyscraper. You would never know. And they came and got him in the middle of the night. He was asleep. And they came and got him in the middle of the night, took him to a judge in Cook County and shit after that. But the thing about that, because I'll be looking at some of them prison tales on YouTube, the Florence Max, Colorado prison. See, now, if you're talking about the federal prison, the most people in the federal prison is Washington, D.C., because they don't have a prison like a state prison. They automatically go to the feds. So they was talking, there's levels to that shit. See, we thinking that a motherfucker just locked up in a room all day, 23 hours a day, 7 days a week. That is the case, but it's steps to it. You know what I'm saying? There's steps to it. Because, I mean, that's inhumane to lock a motherfucker up. You locked up, matter of fact, I'm going to say 24 hours a day. Because if you don't go out to rec, and rec is outside, so you in your cell, you shower in your cell, the TV programming you watch, they control. You don't come out of there until you go to rec, which is outside. But if you don't go outside, you in that motherfucking cell. That's inhumane. You got to have a strong mind. And then everything that you do, from your reading material to the letters that come in to you, for what you watch, everything is monitored and analyzed.
Well, that's how they caught him with the drug charges, because they had they was just like openly, like it was open, like what they wasn't even. Like he had, I guess there's his own line or whatever, which he was. This is all alleged. I don't know. So all you,
they bugged the badges. They bugged the visitation badges. They were saying that when they implemented that something new in Stateville, that people weren't really, you know, when motherfuckers do something new in a joint, they were like, well, what the fuck going on? But because they never did that before, but they implemented it throughout the state prison. So even if me and you was up in there, our people had to wear these identification badges. Well, they did that in order to bug Larry's, and he was having conversations on this, on that, and woo out the bam and blah, blah, Skippy. But I don't think I don't think it was about the drug charges. What it was about was the 21st century vote, because they seen that he could gravitate towards the black male, the gangster disciples. Now I don't know if the Stones and the Vice was and the Foes was involved into it, but he could gravitate to us. And have us, he used the political power. That's what we could do today. You know what I'm saying? So he had like 10,000 motherfuckers like, look, we ain't fucking with you.
Hold on.
And when they
Dion, are we glossing over the fact that he allegedly was masterminding a drug operation? I mean, because that's what this is about. Like you're saying, nah, it wasn't about the drugs. It was about, you know, they were scared of his political power. I'm saying the fact of the matter is, and I got to go and like read the indictment. But from what I remember, there was some evidence of some illegalities going on here, right? There was some street business being conducted here, right?
I don't know.
Okay, right. I get your point totally. But if there wasn't, then if there's a black man who's in charge, and I'm not even speaking on Mr. Hoover, but if there's a black man in charge of making sure that a certain amount of drugs are distributed within the community, that would make him pretty bad, right? But there's no white man making him do this. Unless you're going to say, well, this is the only way we can get money. And so the white man being tight with the bread is the reason why we did it. But if somebody did that, shouldn't they pay a price? If you were ever responsible, because you know what comes along with, especially in Chicago, what comes along with drugs? Murder, death, kill. So by you pushing that drug, you're responsible for those murders too. Once again, I'm not saying that this is what Larry Hoover or what, I don't know what they call him, Chairman Hoover, or what, I don't know what they call him, but this is what he was accused of. So it gets down to how we praise drug dealers. You know, like you say, well, man, now, once again, if you sold 60 pounds of weed a day, to me, that's not an issue. But the day somebody gets shot over your weed, then that becomes the problem. So if your soldiers are now killing other people who trying to sell weed, then I got a problem with you. We should have a problem with you in our community. So the sale itself of saying, okay, well, I'm going into business, I'm gonna get this money. And I think a lot of us, you know, what he say on Goodfellas, niggas fall asleep in the getaway car. Because if you really hustling, you said I was trying to find a way out for my family. Once you got a meal, you say, I'm cool, y'all, I'm done. But another thing we talked about a lot is it's the lifestyle that cats get addicted to, as opposed to the money.
Shit is a lifestyle.
It's the lifestyle. It's not the money. It's about how we living and what we doing, right? How we moving. So, you know, and that's our fault. That's our fault.
My mama though, if I probably wouldn't have went to the joint, like, I don't know, Care, because I mean, I guess in the eye, but I mean, alcohol is wrong. Alcohol causes death. There's all type of shit that causes death. So you know they want to criminalize. You know, like motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like people. I ain't gonna say I don't like people, but it bothers me when people try to decipher marijuana from cocaine and heroin. You it's a drug, regardless of whatever. It's still a drug. And the only reason motherfuckers smoke weed and think it's cool to smoke weed because the rappers was doing it back in the day. But if the rappers was talking about smoking crack and cocaine and banging heroin in their veins, motherfuckers would be doing that, though.
But they was talking about that, though. They was talking about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you're reaching a little bit.
What, Real? What?
Kamar said you reaching. He said you reaching.
No, I'm just saying, though, motherfuckers be, man, I smoke weed, but you still using drugs, though.
Hold on. I don't.
I fuck women off smoking weed. I know, when that Loud first came out, these young niggas were selling PlayStations, they gym shoes, hoes was giving up pussy and everything for that Loud. That's back when a gram was like, phew. It was like an eyeball. You know what I'm saying? Now, since it have been flooded with the community and this shit right here.
I can honestly say I've never seen somebody sell a video game for some weed.
I don't bought video games.
I'm saying, I said me. He just told me to speak for myself, right? That's what Shay just said. Speak for yourself. I've never seen anybody come up to me like, man, you got some weed? Yeah, give me. What you got? I got quos. Hey man, take this PlayStation. I've never seen that. I've seen some crackheads do that, or some powder heads, or some heroin addicts. I've never seen a brother just so strong. Because if you that strung out on weed, first of all, that ain't weed. It's something on your weed. Because weed don't supposed to do you like that. Now, have I seen brothers?
Who says that? Who said weed ain't gonna do you like that?
Me, somebody who smoked the shit out of weed for like 30 years. What are you talking about?
We come up with these rules for weed, but it is people.
No, that's not
right now for a tray 5 on my mama. For a tray 5 right now, you probably could get a radio, a cell phone. Some niggas is out here selling pistols.
If it's okay, so if somebody got a phone that they ain't using, sitting around, right? And they say, well, man, just give me that whatever, and you can have this phone. But I'm talking about in a fiend way, in a hype way. Like, hey man, who got some weed, man? I got some. Here, man, I got this PlayStation. I've never seen that. Now, if you've seen it, that's different. I've never seen nobody 3-5 for a play. You are the worst drug addict ever. Like, you need to be banned from getting high. Like, come on, man. So, and you saying who said the rules? Well, the rule is that the drug is not, it doesn't really overtake you like that. Now, if you smoking weed and you get into harder shit, because they say it's a gateway drug, which I believe is true, because some people, it breaks them down. It lets them say, hey man, I'm finna live out loud. I know some brothers who from the first time they hit some weed, they ain't never looked back. They done pop pills, drank lean, tooted cane, did whatever, but the weed was the initial volley. But for me and a lot of other people, that was never the case. It's like, nah, okay, I don't want no crack. And I damn sure ain't gonna give, hey man, take one of my pistols for a quarter ounce of loud. Like, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. He said, who's more accountable, the plug or the runner? Both are accountable. I don't, okay, so it's just like we get to shift blame around. All right, well, it's the plug. What about my plug though? Y'all ain't gonna go get it, because I thought the code was we don't snitch. So you say, so what you gonna tell on the plug? No, man, this ain't my fault. It's the plug fault for giving me this. Most of the time, you got to seek out a plug. A plug don't usually stop and be like, hey, you want a bird? Like, from my experience, once again.
You never know. Yeah, your experience.
Yeah, I've never experienced nobody just pull up and say, hey, man, I got birds.
Oliver North put more drugs in the United States than any motherfucker it is, and they locked up Manuel Noriega and killed Pablo Escobar. Boy, these hunkies, boy.
So in that case, the plug took the blame, right? Because Oliver North wasn't a plug; he was the runner, wasn't he? He wasn't a plug.
No, he was the middleman to the plug.
Right. So he's a runner. I mean, you might
as well say he was the plug, because he was taking the guns over there to Nicaragua and bringing the cocaine back. So I don't know. I mean, shit.
Now, also the question with that is, was he the one person who was doing it, or was he the scapegoat for the entire operation?
Man, he was a network.
Right. He wasn't just you act like he just got in the plane and took off with about 20 keys and dropped them off in Florida. He was working with the United States government. He just fell on the sword. He fell on the sword. He took the blame, which I'm sure got him taken care of for the rest of his life.
Yeah, you don't even hear about him no more. He ran for some type of political office. That just show you how the villain. That's just funny how white people is. You motherfuckers villainize us. And hey, you motherfuckers selling cocaine in y'all neighborhood and this, that, and the other. This motherfucker brought the drugs over here. Y'all, he said that he brought the drugs over here. Now he a hero. Motherfucker. Boy, if these people don't play a psychological game and we just fall for it, that's why I don't want them motherfuckers at Juneteenth. No, I don't want them down there. No, I don't. No, I just,
Wait. You don't want white people at Juneteenth Day because some South Americans worked with the United States government to sell cocaine in the 80s.
Bro, so they play psychological games with us, bro. They play these psychological, and we fall for it. Now, look, we don't even think whatever her name is, Kamala, we don't even think she black now. And she not black, but goddamn, you know what I'm saying? That ain't no argument.
Ain't nobody black.
We don't even know if we black now.
That's
we don't even know if
That's
we black.
That's what I said. Everybody's confused. Nobody knows.
These people play so many psychological games with us.
It's us playing the game on ourselves. We gonna blame the white man for this? For Kamala? Well, it's us doing that to ourselves. What do you mean? It's the white man? That's funny that a person would look around and say, you know who fought all this Kamala Harris shit is? Who? The white man's. like, what'd you say, Kamar? I think you're reaching. I think you're reaching. However you feel, however you want to stand, it's cool with me. Be who you are. Please just seek some information. Get some understanding, man. Understanding is a beast. And to get basic understanding, really, it grows. It's like a plant. Once you figure something out, you can't wait to figure something else out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you be like, oh, wow, I figured that out. That's how that worked. You know what? From now on, everything I run into, I'm going to try to figure the shit out. It becomes like a habit. It's like you have a natural inquisitive part of yourself that everybody needs to explore. it's a podcast, right? Opinions vary on this podcast. But I and everybody has their own perspective, and I speak for mine a lot. And so if you say, well, Kev said, but Kevin is always talking for Kevin. Nobody else. Nobody else. The opinions expressed on Outlaw Radio, right, are solely those of the motherfucker that said it. Know who to be mad at. That's the best way I can wrap this show up. Kamar, how's your week going? I mean, what you got going on this week? Just House of Vitality, or you got something coming up?
House of Vitality and the Friday market this weekend, of course.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just more the same for me. Just enjoying fall is my favorite season, man. I'm loving it. I love fall. Like it's a shame there's like the shortest one, the shortest season and shit, because I love fall. So, and football's coming back, and hopefully it's looking like my little shorty may be playing as a true freshman at the school he went to. So I got my fingers crossed for that. He's doing real well up there, and I think it will be a tremendous middle finger to all the doubters and all the haters and the naysayers, and even to the staff at Milwaukee Lutheran, the athletic staff at Milwaukee Lutheran, who didn't give him the credit he deserved, right? And, we're all biased for our kids, but my son was a special athlete, and they just, I don't know, I made wrong place, wrong time, I guess. But it's showing now that if you have these college coaches saying you can play, you're going to get to play right away. That's very, very, very special. And I don't care what level you on. To go from high school and to be able to go in as a true freshman and play is a dope thing. So I'm hoping this works out for him. I'm hoping this.
What school he at, kid?
He's at a small Division III in Minnesota called Crown College.
What part of Minnesota? Let's go visit him one day, man.
Oh, I'm gonna be up there. I'm gonna be up there. It's 45 minutes outside of the Twin Cities. It's in a place called St. Bonifacius, and this is the beginning of the journey. So I don't know where he'll end up. I just give him credit for sticking to what he wanted, because he's been telling me since he was a kid, Dad, I'm going to play college football. So very proud of him. And I hope I'm just wild. Like I be stalking him. Like every I was practice. I know he'd be like, damn, nigga, can I live? So that's what I'm on. Just more preseason football. Mo RCN. Lord have mercy. They done woke up the beast. So that's pretty much my week. Oh, and with my wife. Now it's just her and I. So we're gonna have to figure out some romanticizing to do. On these weekends, right? I got my SIMP card in the mail. Dion, you out of town this weekend or what? What you got popping?
Hell no. Shit, I probably won't be going out of town in October. I'm going to, I'm just chilling this weekend, though. Next weekend, though, the gal coming up here from Chicago and shit. I ain't go to Chicago this weekend. She coming up here from Chicago to hang out with me and shit. So shit, this weekend, I got 2 funerals to attend. May both of them brothers rest in peace. My god brother JJ, he passed away. His funeral Thursday. So I'm going to stop in there, do a high and bye, because I got to go to work. And then I'm going to be at Keon Jackson Malone. May he rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to his funeral. Because that's my ex-girl cousin, you know what I'm saying? My ex-gal, you know what I'm saying? That's her cousin.
Somebody
so
phone in
I'm
the
gonna
background?
go
I'm hearing somebody.
I'm going to go pay respect. I don't know, shit. I'm sitting in the truck. I'm going to go pay my respects to him and shit, you know what I'm saying? And, say my last goodbye to him, I don't even know if I should delete his number on my phone, because I'm always sending him some stupid shit, talking crazy to him and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, shit be fucked up, man, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So we all got to take that journey one day, though, you know what I'm saying? Some of us just a lot sooner than others, though, man.
Yeah, and we gave our condolences and all of that to that brother on the last show. Definitely a loss for Milwaukee, and I know a lot of people are going to be at that funeral. I don't really do funerals, but I didn't know him well enough to, but I know people say, Kev, that's no reason. But I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be there. But like I said, God bless him and his family. And you're right, Dion. It happens. Everybody gonna have to go. What he say in life, the upper room. Everybody gonna have to go. So
hell yeah, we all got to take that journey, man.
So y'all be cool, man. Y'all be safe. Keep your head on a swivel, man. And like I said, if you want to vote, however you want to vote, whoever you want to vote for, do it, man. If you want to have an opinion about something, have your opinion. Just don't ever live in a situation or in a place where you're not allowed to do that, where you're not allowed to have your own opinion. You're not allowed to move as you want to move, because then that's when the real problem begins, right? So until then, man, y'all be safe. I'll see y'all Wednesday. We'll be back Wednesday with the saucy, no Diddy commentary, hot topics. It is what it is. Peace and love, man.
All right.